What's up, guys? Good morning, team. Hope y'all are well today. Hold on. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, the first one I'm really looking at this morning, and the first one that really just caught my eye is EDSA. This one's a small float stock. It's got 4 million in the float, a little bit less, actually. It's got about 3.9 million. So this one's got a very small float. You can see it making big percentage moves here, and it's got some really nice levels, good volume. You know, overall, it's just usually stuff I look for with some of these gapping penny stocks. So we're gonna watch 1050, 11 underneath us. We got 1150 that we're kind of battling now. We got some whole dollars above us, but this one's got a really big range, so y'all be careful. It's got a float of 3.9 million, short float 0.29%. Market cap of 120.5 million, revenue of 328,000, cash of 7.2 million. It's got $164,000 in debt. So yeah, we'll look up the catalyst. Yeah, for sure. EDOS. Hey, what's up, Joel? Hey, appreciate it, man. What's up, Anthony, Victoria, Joel, Matthew, Don, Eat, Steve, Electro, Del, Robert, Mello, what's up, guys? Coding, I think that's it. Coach, Joel, Kala, what's up, team? Tanner, Cole, Pierce, what's up, man? Bob. Alright, that's it. What's up, team? But yeah, EDSA ripping up here. Let's go ahead and look at the catalyst. Yeah, GameStop at $91. Dude, you should have seen it yesterday, man. And it's kind of it's interesting here. It's like GameStop. The only reason GameStop is this high is because everybody's trying to short it, right? So the shorts are getting squeezed out. I think if you're gonna short this thing, you gotta short it with put options. That's what I would short it with, at least, is with put options. That's the safest way to short it, you know. Unless you're waking up every morning in pre-market watching it, I think the safest time to short it is with a put option. But yeah. Hey, Tim. Hey, what's up, Doc Trader? Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, IZ, James, Matt, Mike Ken, Wolf, Jerry, Chaz. Hey, thank you, Tim. I appreciate the $4 donation, brother. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. It's early for a donation, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, dude. Alright, but yeah. Alright, we're looking at EDSA. Let me see if we can find a catalyst here. Alright, so oh, I got the hiccups. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, but yeah, EDSA got approval to add sub-study for COVID treatment. EDSA is called EDSA Biotech, and they received the FDA and Health Canada approval to add a sub-study to their Phase 2, Phase 3 of EB05. The sub-study is to evaluate EB05 as potential rescue therapy for critically severe COVID-19 cases. That's the catalyst here. So FDA approval, Health Canada approval. They added a sub-study. They're studying Phase 2 and 3B, evaluating its potential to rescue therapy for critically severe COVID cases. So we'll see what happens here. All right, I can't deal with this too much. No, can't do that either. All right, but yeah, EDSA. We'll see if it bounces here at 11. All right, so we're at 11th now. So we're like right around here. I don't see any major catalysts close to us. Well, maybe we got some around here. Let me see. We got 1150 is certainly one that we got to watch. So 1150 and 12. So we're watching 12. We're watching 1150. So yeah, we got to watch both of these levels. We'll see what happens here for EDSA. We also got WATT, which moved yesterday. What was the one that I had on my list today? It was KOSS. Yeah, we got KOSS, KOSS Corporation, gapping up some. I don't know what the float is for this one. The float is 1.4 million, so a tiny float here for KOSS as well. 32% short float, so this one has the potential to get squeezed up, just like GameStop. I mean, this one's got 32% short float. Again, ones that have a lot of short traders, they can get squeezed up because those short traders' stop losses can get hit, and they can consequently get squeezed up. But yeah, we got KOSS here sitting right around 11s. Market cap is 81.5 million. Revenues 18.1 million. Cash is 3.45 million. Debt is 3 million though. EPS volume today is good, so we'll watch KOSS certainly here, and we're watching 1075 below us right here. We're watching 9 if it gets that low. We could probably watch 10 as well here. Big squeeze late yesterday. Watching these levels really, mostly half and whole dollars just because the range is so big. And yeah, we've squeezed up over lifetime highs here, so everything's new. So we can only really go by half and whole dollars here for KOSS. So we'll watch it. It's certainly on my list today as well. It's looking good. We got PHUN moving as well here. 41 million in the float for PHUN, 7.2% short float. Market cap of 112.5 million, revenue of 11.19 million, cash of 1.14 million, debt is 8.2 million. So a lot of debt. Good volume today, and so we'll watch this one as well. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen, but we'll keep an eye on it. Alright, well, $3 is a risk if we ever hit it there. $3. Yeah, and it's been diluted so much that you can't really tell where the major levels are anywhere. So yeah, we're gonna watch $3 above us, maybe 275 too. I don't know. We're keeping an eye on it. I don't know what we're gonna do with this one, but we'll see. We got VTNR doing the same type of thing, gapping up. Volume, the float is 31.5 million for this one. 31.5 million for VTNR. Yeah, I see AIKI getting pumped up. Alright, and we're watching these levels here for VNTR. Like I said, float of 31.5 million, short float of only 1.8%. Market cap 109 million, revenue 137 million, cash of 15 million roughly, debt of 48 million, roughly 49 million. Okay, volume today, not the greatest, so we're watching it here. We'll see what happens with VTNR. AIKI, yeah, AIKI is going up. I don't know what this is. All I see is Aikido, and Aikido is like a fake martial art. If you guys don't know what Aikido is, it's like the pyramid scheme of martial arts, right? It's not a real martial art. It's a lot of hand playing and like hand fighting. It's what Steven Seagal does. And listen, I love me a good 80s Steven Seagal movie, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Aikido is a nonsense martial art, right? It doesn't do anything, right? Like, you try to use Aikido in a real fight and they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's just never gonna work. But with that said, Aikido's getting pumped up. I don't know what the asset and what the underlying thing of this company is. I don't see any catalyst here for it either, so I guess it's just getting pumped up on Twitter. Bro, I'm not gonna argue about the effectiveness of Aikido, man. Like I said, Aikido is the martial art, Aikido is the pyramid scheme of martial arts, right? Now, you're gonna have a bunch of Aikido students out here like, yeah, Aikido's great, that's cool, but like, look it up, man, just research it. That's all. I mean, Google's your friend, you know? But not even that, it's just, like I said, I don't really feel like arguing about it. I bet he would, Revolutionary Road. Everybody's in here talking about their sensei now. I'm just saying, listen, it is what it is. Look, don't get mad at me. Watch, look up Joe Rogan's thoughts on Aikido. Look at Joe Rogan's thoughts. Joe Rogan actually had a really good guest one day on, like a really good, like, Aikido black belt or whatever it is on his show. And he talked about it with the guy on the show. Like, just research it. Research is your friend here. You know, I know a lot of people got talked. Like I said, it was really marketed in the 80s and early 90s because Steven Seagal did it. Y'all know Steven Seagal, you know. And because he did it, it was really marketed to a lot of kids who thought they were probably really learning something. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like I said, if you disagree with me on Aikido, that's okay. We can still be friends, you know. I just certainly disagree. Ah, come on. What's up, guys? What's up, Ali? What's up, Nathan? What's up, Seven? What's up, Nathan? Yeah. What's up, James? Hey, listen, I'm not trying to hate on the Aikido students here this morning. I'm not. I'm just saying, Aikido is like the pyramid scheme of martial arts, man. It's got a bunch of kids from the 80s and 90s that just ate it up, right? It's a bunch of hand fighting, a bunch of, you know, bunch of play fighting here with Aikido, man. Like, come on now. Like, if you watch Aikido videos, right, and you see how they manipulate the wrists, it's like, dude, they're not doing anything. You give them a little bit of resistance, they can't do that. Like, it's just, you know, Steven Seagal is the spokesperson for Aikido. That should tell you everything you need to know about it. Anyways, we're looking at AMTX. We're watching 11 here above us. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we got AMTX, and it must hurt to hear, right? Like, I get it. It hurts to hear the truth, right? The reality sucks. I get it. If I spent years learning Aikido, I might try to tell people it was real too. You know? I get it. AMTX is gapping up though. I'm looking at the float. Alright, I'll stop ragging on Aikido. My bad, guys. I'll move on. We got AMTX here. Float of 16.5 million, 16.7 million in the float for AMTX. So relatively small float. The only problem with this one, I think, right now is the volume. What's up, yeah, I'm looking at KOSS here for sure. My question is, why would you ever learn Aikido though? Like, why would you ever want to learn Aikido when you could learn like an actually effective martial art like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Judo or Muay Thai or any of that stuff? Like, why would you learn Aikido? Like, you know what I mean? Like, marketing in the 90s is why. I was looking at a few of these that are still moving. Like, AQMS is gapping up. The volume's low, but it's still moving some. Like I said, the main watches for me right now are really EDSA, and this one has big movement here. It's the LARPing of martial arts, yeah. It's been proven to be non-effective and basically made up, 100%. Yeah, that's the problem I have with it. You got a bunch of people saying, nah, Aikido's real, Aikido's real. Yeah, sure, you know, if you spend 3 years of your life learning it, I'm sure you are going to be sitting here saying it's real, right? It's like a dance martial art. I'll put it this way, I'll give you guys a little research lesson. Go to YouTube and type in Aikido fight and watch what happens. Alright. Yeah, I might have been wrong on SENS. Like I said, listen. With SENS, with any of these, I'm looking at it from a short-term day trader's perspective. Right? Now, these might go up, down, and sideways. Who knows? Like I said, I think I even said the daily chart looked good. But like, these might go up, down, and sideways. Who knows? I don't know what these things are going to do. All I can look at is the current intraday pattern, which is usually what I'm looking at. Like if it's breaking lows intraday, I'm not really trying to buy it. And while, like, listen, while dip buying these might work on like a quarter of the, like a 25% of the time, they're not going to work a majority of the time within most of these type of stocks, right? Like you dip buy penny stocks, most of the time you're going to lose for sure. It depends on I guess it depends on the time frame that you're dip buying it, but, and again, it's just my opinion on this. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows? But yeah, honestly, the best one right now is EDSA. Very small float. I think this one had a float of less than 4 million. Good catalyst, good volume, good movement for EDSA. Now, when I say it looks good, I'm not saying I think it's going to continue going up because you never really know. And I think naturally I'm a skeptic with a lot of these penny stocks. I think I'm just a natural skeptic with them. And sometimes I'm wrong, I guess. I guess I've talked about SENS and I was wrong about that. But I think I'm a natural skeptic, and so I'm looking at these. Maybe they'll work. I guess what I'm trying to say is, and I guess I'm going to preface the rest of this stream with, listen, if I say it looks good, I'm just meaning it looks good to potentially day trade at the open. I am not saying you should buy these things and hold it to invest. I'm saying it maybe looks good to day trade in either direction at the opening bell, you know. But yeah, we got EDSA, KOSS, BTNR, AQMS. I see OEG on the list, but we can watch it, I guess. SENS does look okay. The problem with SENS here is not the movement or the direction. It's going up. It looks all right. The problem with it is the float's 100 million. And so when we have other stocks that have a noticeably smaller float, I don't really want to trade super high float stocks. I mean, we can, but really what I'm trying to trade today are the low floaters like EDSA and KOSS. SENS is alright. It looks okay, and the daily chart doesn't look that bad, but it's just too big of a float for me. It's not really my style anyway. CHEK, TMBR, NVCN. So we got some that are making a little bit of moves here. We got like PEI. Am I missing anything, guys? We got like AIKI, which is Aikido. I gotta look up the catalyst here, just because that's what we're talking about. So let me look up this catalyst. Alright, so float of 34 million, not terrible. The only problem I have with it is the volume. It's got $9,000 in revenue, so it doesn't have much revenue. 27 million in cash though, so that's good. No debt that I see here. And the news for this, it's a healthcare stock. I gotta look up what this company does. It's Aikido, so it's not actually. Oh no, wait. Is it Aikido Pharma or is it Aikido Pharma? What does the stock do? It's a biotech development company. Acquisition and development of patents through internal and external research and development. Wireless satellite solar radio frequency and 2 US patents in pharma. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Interesting. We can watch it. I'm seeing HTBX show up on my list. You can see HTBX kind of moving here. Hey, what's up, Root? Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, oh yeah, we're looking at PHUN as well. I mean, I don't know. It depends. Yeah, I mean, Mike, I'm not an expert, bro. So like, I'm not claiming to be an expert, you know. We got PHUN as well here. I forgot to look at PHUN. This one doesn't look bad. This one's got a float of 41 million in the float. Made 100K on GameStop Monday with 2,000 shares. Hey man, good job, brother. You're a braver man than me. Alright, somebody's asking me, a few people are asking me, what do I think? They regained compliance. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, asking how much I make a day is... In trading, it's not like you have a set amount of money that you make per day, right? Like, I probably make, like, as of right now in penny stocks, I probably make or lose anywhere between, like, $10 and $50, right, in penny stocks. In futures, I usually make or lose anywhere between, like, 1 and 300 in my futures combine account. So it's like, it varies depending on what we're actually doing. Again, I'm not an expert here. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm not trying to be an expert. I'm not trying to be a channel for experts, or I'm not trying to be some guru. Really, we're just a free resource and community here. And so what I make every day is somewhat irrelevant. But, like I said, it's anywhere. It depends on what... It depends on... As a whole, usually a few hundred, but sometimes I make $10, you know. Kind of looking at AQMS here. Let me see if I can find the catalyst for this. Not the best volume, though. That's the problem with this one. And I don't really see any news here. We also have VTNR. No expert, just the greatest trader of all time. Hey, that's right. You know, I'm the single greatest trader ever. You know, over here, making $10 a day, just balling out of control, you know. We got AMTX that's also moving up. I'm looking at $11. That's really the only level. The volume's not really good enough to watch anything else here. Am I missing anything? Yeah. CHUK. Oh, stop it with the humble pie. You know, I'm the single greatest trader ever. You know, I'm also the most humble trader ever. You know, we got HTBX here. I mean, like I said, right now, what I'm really seeing in like low float stocks, I see like 3 or 4 good ones, and the rest are just low volume. And the 3 good ones, if you guys want to know, and I'm not saying like I'm not saying these are going to continue up. I'm saying that these are good enough to day trade for me, right? And so I see EDSA, KOSS, PHUN, SENS maybe if it gets okay volume coming in or something happens like that. That's about it, really. We got KOSS, VT, and R. So we got KOSS, VT, and R, PHUN, and EDSA. Those 4. are the ones I'm watching. I'm still watching like AMTX, still watching ATOS. Oh, ATOS is one I haven't looked at, I don't think, this morning. ATOS is alright. It's heading towards the previous closing price, but it's up. The company is speaking today at 2:30 Eastern at Precision Medical World Conference. So the CEO is speaking at a conference today at 2:30 Eastern. And so I guess that's causing some bullish sentiment. I think we might go up leading into that just from people front loading onto it, but who knows? But we're gonna watch ATOS for that exactly. Like at the opening bell, maybe we're gonna see if this thing slowly moves up throughout the day in anticipation of that conference. ATOS has a float of 71 million. Yes. Yes, low float and good volume is good for my strategy for sure. PLTR. Yeah, we're watching PLTR. GAXY. I mean, GAXY is, it's a OTC penny stock that's like 1.5 cents. I mean, I don't know what this one's gonna do. The daily chart doesn't look good, but when I say it doesn't look good, I'm usually talking about like it doesn't look good long term. I don't know what it's gonna do short term. I wonder what the float of this one is. Yeah, no worries. OTC getting no love. It's not that it's getting no love. It's just this is the daily chart. I mean, I'm skeptical of OTC stocks. I am. I mean, most of the time they fail. Obviously, I mean, look, spike fail, spike fail, spike fail. I don't know what it's gonna do long term, but I know I don't know what it's gonna do short term. Might push up, but I know long term it usually fails. We got VT and R that doesn't look terrible. Jibo's still kind of moving some as well. ACRX. Looks like it's got a big float. Let me see. Yeah, the float's 96 million. Biotech stock. I mean, the daily chart's not terrible. It's not really my style of trade for day trade, but you know, we'll watch it. I mean, we can watch it at like 270. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, EDSA is kind of my favorite one right now, and it's falling back down some. BIOL, what's up, James? GE. Yeah, I mean, General Electric has a pop, but this is a huge float stock, very small range. The float of GE here is 8.7 billion in the float for GE. It's one of the largest float stocks that they have right now. And so you can see, I mean, this is a big move for GE. This is a real catalyst. Whatever it is, you know it's real. Alright, so yeah, they're going to provide the full year outlook during an investor call. Good fourth quarter earnings. Better than expected fourth quarter revenue. Free cash flow. Upbeat outlook, free cash flow. They had a profit miss, but good cash flow and an upbeat outlook for GE. Conference call is scheduled today at 7 a.m. So they had a conference call, I guess. Looks like they had some whatchamacallits, can't think of the word right now. I'm sure the chat will correct me. Dividends is the word. But yeah. KOSS, EDSA, I guess we could watch AIKI, but the problem with this one, like Twitter can try to pump this. The problem with it, I mean, it's got 35 million in the float, so it's not like a super easy pump or anything. You know, it's not going to be super influenced by social media movement. Now, it could move some from it, but it's got 35 million in the float. It's not like it's a 3 million float stock that's easily pumped. And so they might be pumping it on Twitter for AIKI, but it's not going to be pumped super easily. BIOL, James. Here, let me check that one out. Yeah, BIOL spiking. Appreciate it. Hey, yeah, look at BOIL, team. Good call, James. 84 million in the float, so it's not a small float. I need more volume if the float's that big, to be honest. So we'll see. But we are spiking a little bit for BIOL. BlackBerry. Yeah, I mean, BlackBerry's a little bit too expensive for me now. BlackBerry has almost 600 million in the float, so a big float. Kind of too large of a float for me to want to get involved. AQMS, still sitting in here hanging out. AMC. Yeah, EYES isn't bad. I need more volume for it, but 5.5 million in the float, 3.45 short float, 60 million market cap, about 500k revenue, 2.4 million in cash, no debt. So yeah, it doesn't look terrible. We'll see though. I mean, it needs to maintain good volume, which it kind of is. Like per minute on a minute basis, it needs to maintain for me volume over like 50k, right? So I need good volume like over 50 to 75k, preferably if I'm gonna look to trade it. And so we see that with EYES here, or we see that earlier with EYES. We don't know if we're actually gonna hold though. What's up, Sky? Yeah, I mean, let me see. Oh, my bad. I didn't even realize this one was at 15 minutes. Yeah, y'all are probably right. TAOP. I mean, none of these really look that good. Not enough volume for POWW. SNDL. Cannabis stock. The Biden administration should be more friendly to cannabis. Now, this one's been in a long-term downtrend. And so here's the thing, right? This is the thing to watch for this. Not a long-term downtrend, but like, let me see. This thing's been in a downtrend since last Wednesday. And so, but we're green in pre-market right now, so maybe this will end the downtrend. So I'll watch SNDL just because of the trend it's had over the last few days. Look at the trend, just downtrend. And so if we end green and if we open up above the previous closing price here at about 60 cents, maybe we'll watch it. Almost 712 million in the float, so big float, but it's a really cheap stock, so that's not super unexpected. So yeah, this is about what we're watching right now. We got AQMS, AMTX. I guess we can watch EYES, which is ripping up here. Hey, good call, guys. What's up, Nate? Bitcoin pulling back to 31,000 or 31.8K. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Here's BTC. Yeah, Bitcoin's down to 31.5. Now, I think a pullback is necessary here. Now, like I said, I'm not saying I'm bearish in Bitcoin. I think a pullback's necessary, though. I mean, listen, when you go up huge percentages like this, any type of security usually is going to need to pull back some. People are going to have to take profits, right? You got a certain percentage of people holding Bitcoin for long term and just accumulating Bitcoin. And then you got another percentage of people that are just like swing trading it or investing in it. And they're going to take profits eventually. Now, who knows what it's going to do, but I think Bitcoin is going to need to pull back some. If you want Bitcoin to go higher, it has to pull back, in my opinion, right? And so I'm looking at like 28K, 25K maybe, but who knows? I don't know what this one's going to do. I know it's going to affect some other stocks for sure. All right, we got the EYES. Still ripping up here. Look at the cup and handle breakout pattern. Hey, that might happen. It's pop. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not... Like, we could look at GAXY. You know, it's up a... I mean, it's just not my style, bro. It's not my style. I'm not saying I hate it. It's just not my style, man. It's a sub-penny stock. It's not even a penny, you know? So, like, it's just not really my style, man. These are mostly meant for swing traders, and I'm just not much of a swing trader, you know? GameStop here down to 80s. EYES here is looking alright. Yeah, I mean, EYES isn't terrible long term. Now, everything past November looks okay, but this looks terrible. But like everything past November looks okay here. Long term downtrend certainly though, but we'll see. It usually doesn't hold its gains though. It's just making me skeptical. But this move, since again November, this move doesn't look bad, and so I guess that's what we should watch, but who knows. It's sitting at 290s now. I've seen this one move a lot too, but yeah, we can wait and see. I'm curious about it. Small float, rip it up big. We'll see what happens for EYES. OXBR, yeah, here's OXBR. $3.5 million in the float for OXBR, 21% short float, so it sounds like it's ETB. We'll look up the news for OX. Appreciate it, James. We'll look up the news for both of these. I don't see any catalyst for OXBR, not yet at least. Might be sympathy from something else. EYES here. This is Second Sight Medical Products, and the company announced they were issued a U.S. patent for the use of eye tracking visual prosthesis, whatever that means. For the use of eye tracking in a visual prosthesis. Yeah, so they were issued a patent for EYES. We'll see what happens here. I'm looking for a pullback to like 275. I might dip by it. Short term, very short term for a scalp here. Maybe. Sorry, I don't know. My Bluetooth is on. Let me turn that off. Alright. All right, guys. So yeah, we wanted the 275 pullback for EYES. We never quite got it. But I wouldn't mind a little dip by there. We just never really got it. We wanted 275. We got down to 283. So maybe it was close enough to scale in, but just didn't quite catch it. Oh, that's dope, Joel. That's cool, man. Oh, excuse me. Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate that, dude. But yeah, what's up? What's up, Emmanuel? What's up, William? Charlie? Yeah. Nah, PHUN. Alright, so yeah, we're watching all these. AMTX could be a careful watch. No news, but it moved big yesterday. Yeah, or ATMX? Or I'm assuming you mean AMTX here. Yeah, we're watching this one. I'm looking at $11. $11 is what I need to get involved with it. Now, when we go up there and touch 11 and then pull back to like 1075, then I might buy that small pullback, but we'll have to wait and see. OXBR is another one that's been pushing up. Pulling back a little bit here. So OXBR pulling back to the view. I don't hate this, to be honest. We got a limit order set. Try to get in on the asking price. That should fill me. Alright, so we're in with 35 shares of OXBR here. Just getting a little small potential pullback run over $3 is what we're looking at. Not the best volume right now, but this is why we're only in it with 35 shares. So we'll see what happens. Small trade. Alright, kids. Hey, love you guys. Y'all have a good day at school. Alright, have a good day, guys. Jack, listen to your teacher, man. Alright, love you, dude. Love you, Maddie. Alright, guys. Bye. Sorry. Had to talk to my kids. My wife's supposed to send them up here so I can give them a hug, but she forgot today, so... Alright, so yeah, we're in with 35 shares of OXBR. Nothing crazy. What was the other one? What was the other one? EYES was it, yeah. I mean, like I said, we don't hate a pullback still, but I certainly don't like it as much now. Alright, here we go. There's the rip up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. My son doesn't listen, man. He's 7, you know. What do I think about GameStop? Y'all really want to go there? I don't know if y'all want me to talk about GameStop, but GameStop is one of the largest, most nonsensical pumps I've ever seen. And you guys know me. Usually, if I'm wrong, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm wrong. It's alright. And I was wrong for GameStop, just for the record. I thought GameStop was weak at $4. Now, I still think the run-up in GameStop is nonsensical. I think it doesn't make any sense. I think it's just hype and pump. Bunch of, you know, millennials buying in GameStop. But if you actually know about the video game industry as a whole, if you actually understand video games, I'll put it this way. I haven't heard one person that actually plays like a lot of video games say they like GameStop, you know? And so it's mostly a bunch of, you know, I don't know what to say with it. Maybe I'm just mad I'm wrong. Or maybe I'm just mad I was wrong with it. That's plausible, I guess. But GameStop, the future of games is digital. You know, the GameStop is going to be, unless it goes digital, it's going to become obsolete. Nobody's going to be going to the video game store to buy video games in 5 years. You know, I haven't bought a video game, a hard copy, in like 5 years. And so with that, there's no reason it should be anywhere close to where it's at now. Yeah, they say they're going digital. That's great. Digitally, they're going to have to compete with Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy. And I don't think GameStop can compete with them. You know, I don't think GameStop is going to be able to compete with Amazon and all that stuff. And so why is GameStop almost $100? You know, terrible corporate environment, terrible business model. obsolete business model, really. But it's still up, and like I said, maybe I'm just mad I'm wrong. So yeah, since I said that, GameStop's gonna go to $1,000 today. Yeah. GameStop will be irrelevant in 10 years. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so we're letting this test here. Like I said, it's pretty small. Less than $5 so far, but I'm certainly not loving this, obviously. Yeah, no way. GameStop didn't make any sense at all. It was like, HTZ, don't beat yourself up. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm alright. Like I said, it's not like I'm holding GameStop short or anything. It's not like I'm shorting GameStop. I just don't like it long term, and I think it doesn't make any sense, you know? Yeah. Oh, you have Electronics Boutique. Quaid. Yeah, I've seen those. I remember those. Those were cool. But even still, like, as much as I liked Electronics Boutique, which I think GameStop eventually bought, as much as I like them, it's still going to become an obsolete business model in 10 years, in less than 5 years. Video games are going to be obsolete, or hard copies of video games are going to be obsolete. Sure, you got a certain percentage of outliers that like. You got a certain percentage of people, you got some outliers that like physical copies, but they're not going to prop GameStop up. And when GameStop goes digital, it's going to have to compete with Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, which are already very established digital platforms. So, there's no reason it should be up here. But it is, and so sometimes the market doesn't make sense. Alright, so I'm still holding this for OXBR here. EYES is still pulling back some. Like I said, 275. I might consider a little dip by at 275 there. Yeah. Bro, if they sell hardware, that's a big business. Yeah, sure it is. But hardware's fine, right? But if you're a video game store, hardware is not... It's going to be obsolete in 5 years, man. Like, think about it. Like, really think about it. If you play video games, how many hard copies of video games have you guys bought in the last few years? I bought maybe one, and that was only because it was a Christmas present, right? It's the only hard copy of a video game I've bought in years, and like, look at ADTX, guys. ADTX is ripping. But you have to look at the entire... I love video games. Listen, I'm an avid video game player. I love video games. I play video games every day. But hard copies and physical copies of video games will be obsolete in 5 years. They're already kind of obsolete as it is. Who buys video games? Listen, you got the option to download a video game right on your Xbox or buy the physical copy and drive and spend 30 minutes driving to GameStop to get ripped off. Which one are you going to do? Right? I'm not going to GameStop. But like I said, it's up. Who knows? Look at ADTX. This one's ripping up. Let me see if I can find the catalyst for this. 9.3 million in the float for ADTX. Yeah, I mean, you have to look at history, guys. Look at Radio Shack, right? Radio Shack. Look at Blockbuster, right? These are brands that went obsolete. Nobody buys video cassettes anymore, right? You know how, exactly like Blockbuster is really what it is. And I know we've had a few people talk about it, but you know how Blockbuster, if you're old enough, you know how Blockbuster, they had this thriving business model. They were really successful when people needed to buy movies and rent physical copies of movies. Once streaming services came out where they could digitally download or stream those movies, Blockbuster ended, right? Same thing with GameStop, right? Sure, they could try to compete in the digital space, but again, they're competing with Amazon, Walmart, best buy, and it's going to be a tough market for them. I don't think it's going to be enough to prop their company up. Would you go to GameStop if they paid you? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, no, you're good. Like I said, maybe I'm just mad. That's plausible too, I guess. Maybe I'm just mad. Alright, so we're still sitting in OXBR here. We got a nice little risk here. Yeah, Blockbuster, I've seen the documentary on that, actually. It's a good documentary on why Blockbuster failed. Blockbuster could have acquired Netflix for like $10 million, you know, and they chose not to. Hey, it goes to stubborn management. When you have stubborn management, you know, that, you know, think they know it all, that's what happens. I mean, I'm not really mad. Like I said, it's not like I'm holding a short position on Blockbuster. It doesn't matter to me much if GameStop goes up or down or sideways. I just think there's some manipulation going on there, and I think it's a really good put option opportunity. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it though, but we'll see. But if I did short it, it would be through put options. It's not gonna be through conventional stocks. All right, so we'll see. We're holding this one. We'll come back to it. We're looking at RCON, KOSS. It's not really moving that much anymore, but we're looking at KOSS, EDSA. At this point in time, we also have EYES, OXBR on the list. We've got AQMS, VTNR, so we got some stuff to watch for sure. I'm still sitting in OXBR though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, boomers don't like change. Yeah, for sure. Someone needs a donut to flirt with. Bro, I ate some donuts yesterday, dude. Like I said, I eat like a little kid, man. We went out yesterday. Not yesterday, it was the day before. We went out the day before yesterday, and we bought tacos, nachos, donuts, and ice cream. You know, and I know what y'all are thinking. I'm a terrible parent. I get it, right? My son did well in it, or my daughter did well on a test, and so we got food she liked, and celebrated her doing well on a test. So it was actually a good parenting moment. You gotta have positive reinforcement in there sometimes. We don't eat like that every day. But yeah, we're looking at OXBR, still sitting in this. EYES. Like I said, pullback to 275 isn't terrible. It's not like I'm super against the pullback to 275 here. Yeah, right. John, I'm missing NOK moving. Nokia, I don't really care about Nokia, even if it is moving up. Just such a big float here. Such a large float. Like, Nokia can move, that's fine. But the float is just huge. And it's just me. It's just not my own style. This has got almost 5 billion with a B in the float. Not my cup of tea here, man. It's moving some, but this thing's got 5 billion in the float. Small range, less momentum, less moves to exploit, really. My goal is by the end of the stream, everybody in GameStop is going to hate me. Every Aikido practitioner is going to hate me. Every Blockbuster fan is going to hate me. You know, that's my goal. We got KOSS here. We're still watching this one. Hey, thank you for becoming that, Brandon. What's up, Brandon? Appreciate the love, dude. Thank you, brother. Hey, thank you, Victoria. I think I'm a good dad, you know? Hey, but yeah, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate that, dude. Welcome to the team, bro. But yeah. Now, the stream should be working fine. If it's you, just restart the stream, bro. Streams looks like it's working okay. Hey, but yeah, thanks, Brandon. SPWR. We've had a few people mention SPWR today. Too expensive for me. Way too expensive. ADMP. Alright, so I might get squeezed out of OXBR here. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to get out here. I could see that drop happening. Yeah. Alright, so less than $5. I'll take that. I really like this move too, but maybe too small a shear size. Just no follow-up momentum. Really, what happened here is the volume dried up, unfortunately. But it happens. We're down 490. We'll be alright. We're still looking at PHUN, and I'm still kind of looking at EYES here. I don't hate this little pullback move. What do I want to do? Do I want to dip by this? You know what? I think I will. No. Alright, I want to 35 shares of this thing too. Just poking at it. Oh man, PHUN. Yeah, we're looking at PHUN. We're looking at SENS too. Hey, then I'm supporting it, Victoria. Yeah, I think psilocybin mushrooms have a lot of medical uses that aren't really explored. There's a lot of interesting information about hallucinogens and their benefits to not just like psychological disorders like stress-related disorders or PTSD, but also for overall like health. There's a lot of interesting studies being done on psilocybin with that, and so I think it's interesting, and I'm curious. Like I said, I support it. Hey, what's up? What's up? Try. What's up, dude? Yeah, I saw that, Joel. That's interesting, man. Yeah, I mean, the problem, though, BR... It says, wake up, government. The problem is not... It's the government, but it's mostly pharmaceutical companies that are against it. So I support any pharmaceutical company that goes for it. A lot of the restrictions that we have on substances that should be at least talked about more often, if not legalized fully, is due to lobbying from both law enforcement and pharmaceutical companies. Though they're usually the reasons why like cannabis is still illegal, you know, all that stuff. And so it's unfortunate. It kind of shows like the government truly doesn't want your best interest. They want what's going to help them retain the most power, unfortunately. Maybe got faked out a little bit here on OXBR. You can see it pushing back up above the VWAP, but I don't think I could have held it through this down to 275. Looking at EYES. Yeah, I think so. Where? Probably right. What do I think about AMC? Let me check it out. AMC, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Like, long term, Mitch used to talk about this one, and it's a tough one, right? With AMC, it's tough. We don't really know the future of movie theaters in this new market environment with COVID. Like, we don't know the future of movie theaters here, so it's like the question remains, will movie theaters rebound enough to be successful? You know, will movie theaters like AMC rebound enough to be successful? And I don't know what the answer to that is. Hold on. Hello? Here, hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on. Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Alright guys, what's up team? Sorry, yeah, we got some weirdo freaking neighbor, and this neighbor is just super weird, bro. I've told the story about him before. Like, I'm gonna have to say something to him at this point in time. But we just got this really weird neighbor, and he's just inappropriate. He's just strange. He's probably a stalker, to be honest. What's called a relationship based stalker. And it's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Yeah, KOSS is finally moving. Let me see. Yeah, look at KOSS. It's up to 1240s, and this is a small float stock too. But yeah, sorry, we gotta deal with that stuff. My wife's getting freaked out by him. I'll tell the story later. Y'all stick around. I'll tell the story about it later. But yeah. Yeah, he needs them for sure. Yeah. Alright, yeah. But yeah, KOSS ripping up. Let me see the catalyst for this here. It's just crazy though. Nah, it's yeah, and I'm in Texas too, pro trader. I'm not gonna say much else about it, but I'm just saying. All I'll say is if you come on my house in a threatening way, this is the wrong house. You know, that's all I'm gonna really say about it. I'm in Texas. This is the wrong house. You know. Alright, we'll see if KOSS holds 12 here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna use a keto on him. Yeah, that's right. We got KOSS here. We're watching this. It's at 1250. We're gonna see what happens here. I'm also looking at ATOS, but KOSS has a small float. The float is 1.4 million in the float. Is that right? If that's right, that's a tiny float for KOSS. I'm still sitting in eyes, man. My dip buys in these stocks aren't working today, so. I don't know. We'll see about EDSA. I'm probably going to get out of EYES here as well. I mean, we got a little bit of a dip buy, but I could let it test. It's such a small trade, though. I don't know. I guess we'll let it try 275 here. But yeah, KOSS ripping up, sitting at 1250s. Ross is in KOSS. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right, Ali. What's up, 3? Yeah. We're probably gonna get out of EYES here. Yeah, we're gonna get out here. It might bounce here actually as well. It might bounce at 275, but just for me, it's just not really what I'm loving. ATOS bouncing at that previous closing price too. What's up, Justin? No news for KOSS? Yeah, I don't see anything yet for KOSS. We'll see though, but I don't see anything quite yet. Alright, so we did hold at 12. Ride, R-I-D-E. Because we're in pre-market AIKI. AIKI, low, big float. It's not going to be the easy. Somebody said they were pumping up this one on Twitter, but it's like this one's not going to be one that's easily pumped up. This thing's got like 35 million in the float, so it's going to be noticeably harder to pump this thing up. We'll say that. Yeah, KOSS is Ross with KOSS. VXRT. Yeah. We got AQMS. We got AMC moving a little bit too, man. Maybe I shouldn't have got out of EYES, but we're watching EYES, EDRA, or no, what was it? EDSA is what it was. We got EYES, EDSA, we got PHUN moving a little bit. AQMS, AIKI, OXBR. Most of these held, but they didn't quite hold up to what we really wanted them for. We're looking at that. Ride, R-I-D-E. A lot of people talking about this one. It's too expensive for me. We got Ford. BBBY, ACRX. CU. Yeah, so right now we got like what I'm really watching right now, EYES, even though it faked me out a little bit in pre-market, that's all right. Like I said, it might bounce where it did, and I even said that when I got out of there. It's just too much risk, and I would rather just take small losses. I got a lot of equity to trade today, and so I'd rather just take small losses and just kind of continue to add up and kind of grow at the opening bell. But yeah, so for now we got KOSS, we've got EDSA, we've got EYES, OXBR, AQMS, and ATOS. Those 4, 5, or 6, or however many that was, are my favorite ones right now. Now, I don't know if we're going to actually hold or not, but those are my favorite ones right now. I'm not holding any positions right now. use Thinkorswim. Yeah, this isn't a watch list. It's just scanners. These are scanners telling you the biggest movers in the day. So this one's Benzinga. These are Benzinga scanners. They're telling you the largest gainers in pre-market, the largest gainers over the last 5 minutes, the largest gainers and losers over the last 15 minutes, and then this one's a real-time scanner. So you can see this one is actually like scanning. Or here, let me get another. Let me pull another one of that one up. Alright, so EYES is moving up here, so it looks like it faked me out a little bit. That's okay. What can short interest tell us about short squeezes and intraday momentum? So the short percentage, or it's also either the short percentage or whether the stock is actually easy or hard to borrow. If the stock is easy to borrow, a lot of the time there's going to be more shorts, and what that can ultimately tell us here is how easily it's going to get squeezed up, right? Because if there's a lot of shorts involved, what happens with shorts? They get squeezed out sometimes. Look at GameStop. GameStop is a massive short squeeze, and it's just squeezing out shorts. But the same thing with any other penny stock as well. The more people that are shorting it, the more potential squeezes on the upside that can happen with that. So that's why short is important, and the amount of people shorting a stock or looking at it to short it, or whether it's easy or hard to borrow. That's why those are significant. Yes, I do, Andre. Yeah, KOSS, guys. I mean, KOS is at 13s now. We got EYES, ATOS, and KOSS. Crazy movement. But yeah. I mean, honestly, we got a lot of stuff to watch potentially here. We got KOSS, EDSA, PHUN, VTNR, EYES, OXBR, AIKI, ATOS, and so we got a lot of stuff that we could watch today. Certainly enough to keep us interested, and hopefully we'll have some good movers. Because everybody likes the playlist. Good morning. Why do you play the same playlist every day? Because people like the playlist, clearly. I think if I stopped playing my music, people would probably get pretty upset. Like I said, confirm with me or deny that in the chat, let me know, but I think that's probably pretty accurate. Just based off of the chats I've seen, I think if I stopped playing, they would get mad. You want to switch it up? I can go to some older songs that we haven't listened to in a while. No music and we riot. That's what I figured, man. You know? GameStop going to $1,000? Never. GameStop, the only way GameStop would go to 1,000 is if they massively diluted their company. Right? The only way GameStop's going to 1,000 is if they or not if they dilute their company, if they take shares away from the float. Is the only way GameStop's going to go to 1,000 for sure. But they would have to take shares away, not dilute it. It's the opposite, actually. But yeah, that's the only way GameStop's ever going to hit 1,000. here for the playlist. Love your music. Yeah, everybody likes the playlist. That's what I'm saying. It might be like 1 out of 10, and I'm sorry for the 1 out of 10 people that don't like the music, but if you're SOL, I'm gonna keep playing it, you know? Alright, but yeah, we got KOSS. EYES is pulling a reclaim bounce here. That might be interesting. We're still looking at SENS, but this one's got such a large float. I'm just not super interested in it. IDX, or ADTX, guys. Look at ADTX. Somebody else mentioned this one earlier, I think, right? Yeah. Plausible. GameStop could be the next Tesla. I mean, that is almost like blasphemous to say that, man. GameStop the next Tesla? What? You gotta be being sarcastic. You know, look at ADTX. That's like saying Joe's hot dog stand is gonna be the next Apple. What? Makes no sense, you know? You know what I mean? VT&R. AQMS. What else we got? That's about it. Like I said, KOSS, EDSA, KOSS, EDSA, EYES, OXBR maybe, AQMS, ATOS, and what was the last one that I just saw? VXRT's running. We actually had somebody mention this one earlier too. Yeah, Kodak and GameStop is a more likely scenario. Kodak and GameStop is actually probably pretty right. Right, here's Kodak. This thing went up to $60 and then back down to $9 within a few days. I think that's a more relevant example of that. BNGO. Alright guys, we got 5 minutes. Let me know what your favorite stocks are right now. Let's do this. Like I said, if you want to hear the story about the stalker neighbor, stick around. Guys, stick around. We've got a lovely, lovely story with twists and turns. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. We're going to be trading the open live like we do every day. Listen, real quick guys, if you want to help support your boy here, if you want to help support this channel, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single day for free. We're not experts. We're not gurus. We don't sell courses. We don't sell services. We try to be honest with people about what we do here. And so if you appreciate movements like that in the trading world, which are rare, guys, which are rare, hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Everybody's doing it. We're going to go back to the 90s Dare commercials. All the cool kids are doing it. Just try it one time. Hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. Let's try to make some money today, team. We got 4 minutes left. 4. Alright, so EYES did fall under this level, so maybe it's a good thing. I mean, I don't know. It never really held, but still. John, can I get a shout out to my son? His name is Jose. Hey, what's up, Jose? Shout out to you, man. Welcome to the stream, bro. Nah, it's the same one, Austin, but we're gonna tell that story. People might have missed that story. You know, they might not remember the story, the legend, if you will, of Stalky McStalkerton, you know? SENS is popping up a little bit. It's at 315s. BT&R. We got ATOS. VYNE. Yeah, it's a good story. I kind of need you guys' opinion on it. I kind of need some advice here. I don't know what I should do, especially after the incident this morning. I kind of need some advice here. You know what I mean? So we'll see. ACST is breaking over that previous closing price. KOSS is going to be the main watch. We'll see if it holds at 12. I'm using Benzinga, JP. I'm using Benzinga. You can see the Benzinga scans at the bottom here. Alright, guys. Hey, what's up, Yasir? I'm good. Hope you're doing well. NICE. Yeah, we're looking at that. Alright, we got LTBR. What else we got? Alright, guys, the bell's gonna ring pretty soon. PEI, PTN, LTBR, VTNR, KOSS. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Alright, sorry. It was my other neighbor taking out his trash. I had to make sure it wasn't the sketchy neighbor. Hey, my man Gregory, here's the bell. Good luck, guys. Let's do this. Alright, guys, there's the bell. Hey, shout out to you, my man Gregory. Appreciate the love, dude. Alright, let's make some money. Shout out to you, Gregory. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Alright, guys. So, on the movers today, let's switch this over to real session. Alright, guys, look at VTNR. VTNR moving up. VTNR is up to 230s. We got CNSP. CNSP. ANY. We got IPWR. KRMD. VTNR. We got SEEL. VTNR and SEEL are really the only ones moving. What happened to KOSS here? KOSS is spiking up, though. Look at KOSS, guys. Man, this one is super risky, but we're still watching it. I'm using Benzinga. I'm using Benzinga scanners. All right, KOSS is up to 1280s. Let's watch this 1325 level. Alright, so we're hitting 13s. VTNR, guys. VTNR is going crazy on the list. Look at VTNR here. Up to 240s. Look at AMTX. AMTX is moving up nicely here. VYNE. Watching EYES. OXBR is crashing down. The SPY's ripping up. Look at PHUN. PHUN. KRMD. These are the VWAPs just too much above these, to be honest. KOSS pulling back some. Big pullback here. Let's see if we bounce at 12. A big range, though, right now, honestly. This is a big range. Y10 ADMS. Alright, so we did bounce. Do I want to dip by this, guys? That's the question. Alright, we just got in with 15 shares. Now, 15 shares is a lot here. Don't get it twisted. 15 shares is a lot. There we go. Let's see if we break this high. It's 13s. Come on. Alright, there's 80s, 90s. Let's see if we break this high at 13. There's 13s. Nice. Oof. Nasty rejection. Some big traders in this thing. I'm probably about to jump out. Yeah. Too big of a trader, man. There's a big time trader unloading positions, so I'm not trying to hold through that. I was up a little bit, but we'll take the small loss. We got PIXY pushing up as well here. PIXY making moves. USWS, eyes. Yeah, we're looking at all of these. Eyes is rebounding some. I don't hate it. AESE. Look at AESE. AESE is ripping up here. EYES is getting rejected at the VWAP, unfortunately. We still got SE and S here, which is alright. Look at EYES is getting rejected here. All right, we're actually all right, so we're actually in KOSS with 15 shares, loving life right now. All right, we just got out, so we just made $23 from KOSS with 30 shares. It looks like it's getting halted. I might have gotten out right before the halt. Maybe I should have held on to that a little bit longer. But yeah, there's the halt for KOSS. I called it, and then I sold most of the position. But man, there's the halt. So we are halted here for KOSS. I jumped in, scalped it quickly, made 23 bucks. That brings me nicely into the green today after a tough morning. Yeah, a few little losses in pre-market and one small loss at the opening bell. So yeah, I figured I might have been getting faked out there. But man, KOSS halted at 9:35 market time. We should resume at an easy 9:40 to pay attention to. So watch that for KOSS. We are halted. Let me know right now in the chat, do you think I should have held on to my position there? Do you think I should have held my position there? Do you think I should have kept at least 15 of those shares? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, GameStop, let me see. Yeah, GameStop's trying to break 100. We'll see. And like I said, I don't know what GameStop's doing short term. GameStop might go crazy short term, up. But long term, that thing's about to drop like pancakes. Does that make sense? I don't think it does. I think I got a little bit overzealous with that. But hey, does drop like pancakes work? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Nah, good sell. Nah, I think I should have held it through, man. I think I should have held it through, realistically. I think it'll gap up from this. I think it'll probably, let's see how right I am. I think KOSS will probably resume at like 1450, like 1440s. It might tap 1450 and then just hammer down. But I think I missed out on about 50 to 70 cents a share. It is risky though, that's 100%. Roll of the dice says no. Yeah. Should have held. Yeah, I think I should have held too. Like I said, I think it'll probably resume at like here. Let's see how right I am. I might be wrong though. Who knows? Who knows what's going on with this? What did EDSA end up doing? EDSA just dumped down. Eyes dumped down. AQMS AQMS is looking okay. Look at AQMS, guys. It's up to 715s now. Yeah, drop like pancakes doesn't work. I know. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. I figured it didn't. You know, sometimes I get a little overzealous here, but hey, I appreciate the honesty. You know? What's up, man? Appreciate it. But yeah. I mean, listen, pancakes could hypothetically drop, but I don't know if the, I don't know if it works, you know. We got AQMS pulling back to 7. I think we'll probably bounce right here. Ah, there's the bounce. Maybe I should have taken it. Big spread. I don't know what the float is for AQMS. Does halted mean a good sign for KOSS? It's subjective, or it's not subjective, but it's gonna be, it's gonna vary depending on the halt, right? And so with KOSS, sometimes these gap up, sometimes they gap down during halts. Halts can be incredibly risky, but usually, on average, when a stock gaps up or when a stock gets halted on the way up like this with a lot of volume and strength, on average, it's usually going to gap up some when it resumes. And again, this one should resume in about a minute. So we'll watch it and see what happens here. We're also looking at our scanners for a few other ones. We got MSN showing up on the scans, MSN. Alright, we're still talking about pancakes in here, and that's okay. Listen, I love pancakes. We got EYES starting to break over highs. Look at eyes here. So it's breaking over this level. We hold over 275 and pull back to it. I might buy this on EYES, maybe. We just need to pull back to like 275. Yeah, there's the rip. KOSS should be resuming pretty soon, so we're going to come back to that while watching EYES for that pullback to 275 maybe. I'd love a new candle to open up first, though. Alright, so here comes 940, guys, for KOSS. We'll see what happens here. Here it comes. Alright, I just got in 35 shares of EYES. Maybe we'll add some more here. We're in 70 shares now. Alright, there's the resumption. Woo! Man, I guess it was a good thing I got out of it, guys. Y'all were right. Man, what a sketchy drop. Whew, man, glad I got out of that when I did, team. That was crazy, crazy. Man, as it halted again on the way down, whew, glad I got out of it, team. Alright, so we're in with 70 shares of this one. I don't hate this. I want to see if it holds here. There's 80s. Okay, we're about break even. Like I said, this is why I watched 275 here. Let's look at KOSS. Man, KOSS is halted on the way down. It's at 1215s. Let's see if we hold the VWAP and get a quick spike, but probably gonna have to unload this one. Oof. That's a nasty drop. So yeah, we just took a $9 drop on EYES. We're still green on the day, but man, that was a rough one. What else we got? VTNR, AQMS. Yeah, I should have taken that $7 push, but man, KOSS got halted at 1215s. Man, that's nasty. Yeah, I'm happy with it, man. Yeah, a good example of why not to hold through halts. Y'all are probably right. That was nasty. Here, I gotta... Alright, so I just got in, hold on. Alright, Alright, I just got out of, I jumped back at EYES here. I'm still holding 50 shares. And we are getting a rip up here. Nice. Ah, man, I missed it. Let's see, 84s, 85s. We're going to get out half here again. So we made most of our money back, but man, I don't like these rejections. I want to hold 25 shares just in case this one continues to squeeze. Trying to find a happy song. Alright, so we got out of that. We made a little bit of money back on that, but honestly, too low a volume at this point in time. Like, maybe it'll head up, but it's just kind of going back and forth right now. OXBR is starting to rip up. We get a pullback to 285s, and maybe we'll attack this one. MOTS. Yeah, MOTS, guys. Crazy rip. Look at OXBR, too. Look at MOTS. Let's see what the float is. $27 million in the float for MOTS. KOSS is still halted. It should resume at 9:45 if it's a 5-minute halt. Alright, that's rough. Try. Eyes was good. Eyes was too choppy. Yeah, I mean, I made some money back and forth with it, but look at KOSS, guys. This is the one I'm curious about. It should resume in 5 minutes. I'm still looking at MOTS, but man, look at KOSS here, man. That's a big drop. KOSS is a bubble stock. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at GameStop. I mean, I hate to, rag on all the traders. I don't think buying the momentum was terrible here, but like, eventually the momentum is going to dry up. MOTS didn't hold at 185. That's what I was watching. Let's look at KOSS to see if it resumes. So it should resume now. If it doesn't resume now, it's going to be in another 5 minutes. I use Thinkorswim Prince. Yeah, I'm using I've got two 34-inch ultra wides in the middle here, so I got 34-inch vertical, 34-inch vertical, and then I've got two horizontal 27 inches on both sides of me. MOTS is back over 185. Lower your music. What do you guys think? Should I lower my music or not? Alright, so I'm not seeing a resumption here. We'll come back to KOSS. I'm looking at MOTS here. I wanted 185 for the pullback. We ended up getting 182, so I was close enough. KOSS did just resume. Here's KOSS resuming, and this one's just over with right now. Look at it breaking these levels. Let's watch it under 1150. Man, MOTS. Alright, so here's 1150. KOSS looking super weak, and this is just some big trader that got involved with it. Y'all said Ross was trading this thing, huh? Look at OXBR, team. Wow, look at OXBR. Rip it up. It's at 350s. Music's good. Music's good. Nah. No. 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 Yeah, I mean, I think most people like the music. I'll lower it maybe a tad bit, but not much. MOTS ripping over these highs. Alright, so we got the pre-market pullback here. I don't know what I want to do with this thing now. KOSS did break lows here, so I'm glad. Listen, I'm super happy I got filled right before the exit. As much crap as I give Thinkorswim, they filled me when I could have gotten stuck in this. And at the time, I was kind of bummed out I missed it, but man, I'm glad I got involved with that now. Look at MOTS, guys. Let's watch it at $2. $2 looks all right. Alright, but yeah, we're watching MOTS, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what the best entry for these are. For me, like, I'm kind of looking at 185s for MOTS, but I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to tell. What's going to go on with MOTS? It's really hard to tell. I'm seeing PIXY and RHE. Look at PIXI here. This one, a little 450 pullback doesn't look bad. What a terrible fill, though. It's a bad fill. I mean, luckily it was 25 shares. We'll give it 1 second here, but I got in PIXY. Alright, the spread's a little bit better. Alright, look at BYFC, guys. Look at BYFC. Yeah, I'm gonna get out here. Okay, I'm gonna try to get out here. Alright, Thinkorswim. Like, come on, man. Okay. Thanks, Thinkorswim. Great fills, Thinkorswim. That's why I have market orders set, man. Alright. Great job, Thinkorswim. What a great group of fills there. Sheesh, man. We got WIMI popping up. WIMI. Alright. Alright, we just scalped a little bit of mods. Like I said, 185s was my pullback entry level. Yeah, we got 185s. Luckily, I was able to make back what I lost on. What was the last one? Sheesh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna start keeping just the exit sell order here, just because Thinkorswim needs to be better with fills for me, to be honest. Should we get back up there? We're only got 25 shares left, so it's pretty insignificant of a trade. But I told you guys 185, and I told you guys if I was looking for an entry, 185 would have been that entry. I'm seeing JE starting to push up. I'm trying to patiently wait here to see if this is going to push up more. I guess it's not really worthwhile to just kind of sit there. So we'll take a little gain there. We also have BYFC starting to push up. Hey brother, can you throw your technical wizardry on OXBR? I mean, I would just watch for 350. That's what I would have watched for. I don't know, you know. It's a little bit too late now, but for me, like if I was trading this, look at FORD. Look at FORD. FORD. But yeah, if I was trading it, BYFC is moving to. If I was trading it, I would look for the 350 pullback, and then I might use like these levels as a risk. But again, I'm not an investment professional, not liable for any losses you take. Do your own, you know, due diligence, trade responsibly. Don't sue me, but I would watch for 350. That's what I would have watched for. It's a little bit late now, but look, there's the bounce. We got RHE. Yeah, Keith is banned. Tipsy. Don't worry about it. Yes. I'm using Thinkorswim. SCKT. Hey, nice, Gary. Yeah, Benzinga is super dope. KOSS still falling. MOTS still trying to hold this pre-market high level. It's not bad. It's web-based, cool guys. So my Benzinga scanners are web-based. Like my Benzinga Pro is web-based. I'm using Thinkorswim. Look at RHE. OXBR, guys. Look at OXBR. Jivo looks like it's about to break highs too, but yeah, look at OXBR. OEG ripping up, OXBR squeezing up. There goes OXBR over 4. I think the next pullback level is like 380. Maybe $4 if it can hold 4. Yeah, this one always fails. Nice, Tipsy. Or no, nice try. Rebounding's good. Hey, thank you, Tipsy. How do you time an entry on OXBR? Like I said, for me, this is kind of my system, right? For me, it's just small little pullbacks. Like I said, 350 would have been my level. I was a little bit late for it, but I would have bought any of these pullbacks, hopefully, at least. I don't know if I would have, but I would have tried to buy these pullbacks at 350, and it's easy to look at it in hindsight, but most of the time I'm looking for big volume pullbacks to major confirmed half or whole dollar levels that I can consequently, you know, buy into and look for some buyers to step in there. All right, so let's look for a pullback to 4 now. The name of the last few songs, most of these are just Dylan Sitz, is the musician. I don't know where the songs are now. This one's called Visitors by Dylan Sitz. Okay, right now we are at, the last one was called Fake Busy by Dylan Sitz. Fake Busy by Dylan Sitz. So yeah, let's look for a pullback to 4. That's what I'm kind of watching for OXBR. It's the main watch today. Everybody else is watching it too. MOTS. Yeah, I mean, MOTS did hold at 185. You're welcome. Look at Ford, FORD. OEG, rip it up. Ship. Is GameStop really back up? Yeah, GameStop is back up. BCLI. Ripping up nicely. RHE. I need some more volume with some of these. The only ones I'm really watching are OXBR and MOTS right now. Man, OXBR hasn't even given us a red candle since then. Interesting. Movers is a Benzinga. So yeah, check out the description for Benzinga. It's scanners that I'm using. Really great scanners, to be honest. BYFC, NXTD, Mott's still holding at 185s here. I mean, how much do I want to buy this up here? I don't know. I wouldn't have hated this little pullback here, but let's see. I'm waiting. Here's the pullback on OXBR. Do we want to buy into this is the question. I need like 15 shares. Alright, we're at 15 shares here. We're gonna see if this holds. Small position though, and maybe we can add into it is really what the plan is. We'll add into it down to like 4. If we get the chance to, that is. 30s, 29s. Tried to get filled there with another 15 shares. No fill, unfortunately. Try to get on the ask maybe next time. I mean, I tried to scale in, just didn't quite get the fill team. My bad. There's 50s. As we hold over 50s, strugglers 50s. I mean, not a bad little trade for 15 shares for OXBR. So I wanted to scale into it a little bit lower. We just never quite got it. Maybe it'll rip up now. Who knows? But we got RHE and OEG moving some here as well now. Like I said, kind of clawing our way back, and you know, we're nicely green on the day. We don't have to worry too much about being red right now. Look at OEG. MOTS. I have no idea about OEG, when the best time to pull out of it is. To me, I'm a scalper, so I'm not gonna know when the best time to hold it. It depends. There's a lot of different nuances to that question that are gonna influence my answer. PHUN starting to rip. Alright, we're gonna buy this here, this pullback, or we're gonna try to buy the pullback. Alright. I'm gonna have to start to get market orders, or if Thinkorswim's just not gonna fail me like it should. We're in a 50 shares here, PHUN 50, not much. We're gonna try to hold it through this and get some movement here. I like the momentum coming in. Hopefully we break over 240s, get up to like 250. All right. All right, we're with the 100 shares here. Taking a little bit of a swing. We're gonna see if we hold. Get back up to the 230s. Looking good. 31s, walls building up. We got out a half there. We're holding 50 shares left. So we get some momentum coming in here. Luckily that taking profit where I did is gonna give me some room. I guess 225 is gonna have to be our risk here. We'll just mark it out if we need to. Hopefully we hold, but $29, $30s, $31s. There we go. $42s. Nice. Let's see if we get a final breakout. I'm using Thinkorswim, man. Come on, guys. How many people are gonna ask me about my trading platform? All right, we're out with another 25 shares. There we go. 40. All right, we just scalped that quickly for PHUN. We'll take it. Nice little green trade, and we're kind of letting our wins add up right now. We've had a bunch of green trades in a row. Look at HTBX showing up. And I still don't hate PHUN, to be honest. I mean, it's still not terrible. Like, we'll see what happens here, but We got RHE, HTBX. Look at MITT. Scalping and trading just means you're taking very quick short-term trades like I am. You're using short-term momentum and taking very quick, like, seconds trades. So like I might hold a stock for like anywhere between like 5 seconds to 2 minutes maybe, but I rarely hold it past that. I'm not looking at fundamentals. It's just purely momentum based. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. It depends on if you break. It depends. The last song was. It depends on if you break the PDT rule. If you break the PDT rule, which only applies to margin accounts, by the way, then they might freeze you. But again, the PDT rules are specifically only for margins. The name of that last song is called Ithaca by Dylan Sitz. PHUN. Yeah, I figured this one might hold. We're waiting to see though. HTBX is pushing up IGC. BNGO. AHT maybe. KOSS never did nothing. Luckily I made some money on it today. When scalping, would it be better to use a margin account? Not really. It depends on if you have over 25k, sure. But if you have less than 25k, a cash account's probably gonna be best. Just because the cash account, if you have less than 25k, you can only day trade 3 times per week with a margin account only. But if you have a cash account like I do, like I've traded like 5, 6, 7 times today, and I have a cash account of like $10,000 is how much my account is, roughly 10k. So with that, I can day trade as much as I want with a cash account. If I had a margin account, I would only be able to trade 3 times. That's it. 3 times per day, I mean, or 3 times per week, I mean, actually. So yeah, it's just not super favorable with a margin account. Look at IGC, NCTY, HTBX, SDC, which is Smile Direct Club, MITT. Look at MITT. The stream is not down, man. Stream's fine. Yeah, the funds still have to settle in a cash account. You're gonna have to work your way around that and figure out. But like I said, with a $10,000 account, for instance, I can take 5k one day, 5k the next, and then by the time the next day rolls around, the first 5,000 is settled. It takes 2 days per the T2 rule for funds to settle. And so basically, if you want to figure out how much you need, figure out how much equity you need per day, and then double that. That's how much you'll really need to get by in a cash account if you're day trading, in my opinion. ANY is moving up. We also have UUU pushing up some as well. MITT at 380s. Volume's nice. It just needs to maintain this volume. Yeah, the SPY's breaking lows. GameStop still kind of chopping back and forth. MITT is still up to 390s, guys. 390s. Jibo pulling back some. We're scalping a little bit of futures here. Here's my futures trading. We're gonna try to get out the rest there. So we made like 25 bucks, small little futures trade, but we're still watching mostly penny stocks right now. MITT's pulling back some. We might look for like a 375 entry here on MITT, maybe. Let me start to buy in on this pullback. Asking price, there's 83s. We're gonna try to get in a little bit here. We're in with 25 shares with this, so small for MITT. Like I said, we're really just trying to buy in on this pullback to 375, and then we'll use a risk of like maybe 365. No fill. Touch this. Alright, so now we got filled. So we're in with 50 shares now. There's 375 pullback. OXBR, guys. Look at OXBR. I see it show up on my scans. Look at OXBR. So we're trying to let it sit here at 375s. Just kind of chopping back and forth. I want to see it hold, obviously. There's the 375 level. I'm trying to be patient here. Look at RHE, OXBR, RHE. We just scalped a little bit more in futures while we're trying to hang out in this trade. You can see we're up $37 in futures. Still sitting in this one. We want to see if we bounce at this 375 level. If we can bounce here, we'll be happy. There's an initial bounce. Took a big loss in futures. I'm down 200 bucks in futures, which yesterday I made 300, but man, not my favorite day in futures right now. Market just bounced up quickly. So we're gonna try to let this work here at 375s. Yeah, I mean there's a spike, so we're okay so far. What are we doing now? Well, we're gonna look for like 390 here, I think. Shorted OXBR at market open, yeah. yeah, I'm kind of watching it. Yeah, OXBR is looking good. I guess I took too small a size here. It's the only thing I can really see. I think I just took too small a size. But yeah, I'm down 200 bucks in futures. Not my favorite day, you know. But we'll be alright. Alright, we're making some of our money back in futures. There's 100, and we just made our money back in futures, so we're down 37.50, but I'll take it. After that whirlwind, we'll take it, you know. And like I said, if anybody wants to use the futures platform that I'm using here, it's called Top Step. It's a funded account program for futures. And so the way it works is they give you a demo account. It's a subscription-based program, so the base one is the 30K package, and it's $120 for the first month if you use my link. Only 120 bucks. And they're gonna give you a 30K demo account, and if you can make $2,000 and prove you're profitable with that 30K demo while following the rest of their rules and conditions and phases, whoa, yeah, we're probably gonna get out here. So $2 loss there for MITT. But yeah, if you can make $2,000 on that 30K demo while following the rest of their rules, phases, and conditions, then they fund you that $30,000 as professional proprietary futures traders with an 80% profit split. They paid out over $2 million last year to their profitable traders. They funded thousands, and they're regulated in the US. And I think it's a good option if you don't have that much capital, but you're looking to get funded in the futures market, which has no PDT rule. There's no PDT rule on futures. I can trade as much as I want. It's open almost 24/7. But they also have Forex as well. So if you're interested in the Forex market, trying to get funded there, they fund Forex traders as well. So if you want to check them out, I am biased in their favor. I do make a commission if you sign up through me, so I am going to be biased in their favor. But if you want to help support your boy here, I'll post this link. I appreciate it. Alright, we're playing a little bit more games and futures here. We'll see what happens. We're short with one contract. And we're getting a big bounce back up. Testing lows. The market just doesn't look like it wants to continue down here. We'll see. I mean, oof, nasty squeeze. So yeah, we're back down 200 on the day. Very volatile day, to be honest, in the SPY. So I got to be careful. But yeah, we're down 175. Not a crazy amount, but enough to not like it, you know. We're still watching MITT, and honestly, it's still kind of holding. I think if I gotta attack this one, I need to attack it with bigger size. I think that's the only thing that makes sense here. Look at ATOS, guys. ATOS is starting to head back up too. Leonardo later, bro. Did we figure out what made the drop yesterday? I still don't know what caused that drop. I still don't know, man. All I can do is speculate on it. Alright, so we just made $11 scalping OXBR. Not a bad little trade. I mean, we're green in penny stock certainly today. Small day, but we're making it work. Still kind of looking at ATOS here. I kind of wish I would have held a little bit more of OXBR, to be honest. Still looking at ATOS. We're going to see if this thing creeps up and breaks 340s. Alright, we're scalping a little bit of the market, catching this drop here. See if we can break lows for once. We're going to get out there. So yeah, we made most of our money back. We're down like 87 bucks in futures. We're still kind of playing with the SPY, but we're mostly trading penny stocks still right now. I see HOFV getting a spike. Look at HOFV. No, it's actually the opposite. If you try to scalp on low volume, it's less likely your order is going to get filled just because there's not enough liquidity and volume. Yeah, OXBR was good to me too. I mean, we made money back. We were down on this one today, so really in this trade we made like $14, 15 bucks on it. So it was we made like $15. We were already down on OXBR earlier, so I'm taking it. Hey, later, try. Have a good day, bro. Yeah, EXPR is pushing back too. Oh, also, guys, if you do, another good way to help support your boy here is by go checking out Webull. Webull's got free scanners, free paper trading, 0 commission, stock and options trading, and I think if you're going between Robinhood or Webull, Webull's the obvious choice. Also, they give you 2 free stocks just for opening up an account, not signing up. You actually have to open up an account and link your bank account. But if you open up an account, they give you 2 free stocks. If you deposit 100 bucks, you get another 2 free stocks. So that's 4 free stocks with a $100 deposit. You know, let's say all those stocks are $10, right? That's 40% of your money back just by opening up an account with Webull and depositing 100 bucks, right? Check it out in the description. If you want more info on Webull, check it out in the description. Free paper trading, free scanners, 0 commission, free stocks. Why don't you do it, guys? Did I sell that good? I thought I sold that pretty good. Do it now, you know? I think that's good enough, right? What is Wealth Simple? Never heard of that. And I swear, if anybody plugs it right now, trying to lead me into an advertisement, you're about to get insta-banned. You know? Biden policies are anti-growth. Sell all stocks. That's hilarious. I mean, it's not like I necessarily like Biden or anything. I don't really like any politician, but is it that worrisome that we need to just sell all stocks? No, that's mostly propaganda, I'm sure. ATOS breaking these highs. Like I said, watch the 340s. AIKI. I've never used Wealth Simple. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. You're gonna get insta-banned. Hey, you as well, Mario. Hey, I also been wanting to ask you, can you actually trade on multiple platforms, or do you have to trade with one platform in order to trade? I mean, you can trade on as many as you want, bro. You just need to open up an account with the different platforms. If you're talking about Top Step, you could trade on like Ninja Trader, you can trade on Tradeovate, you can trade on a bunch of different ones with Top Step. Yeah, I understand that, Iron Man, but listen, bro, just don't repeat it over and over again. You'll get banned, dude. No reason to say it over and over again. We get it, you know? Like, if that's your view, bro. I ain't mad at you for it, but just don't spam the chat with it, man, you know? OXBR, we're still looking at it. We're looking for like a $5 pullback for OXBR. VTNR. Alright, here's $5 for OXBR. Hey. We'll see how right I am. Here's $5. Like I said, I think it's got to hold 5. I mean, if it doesn't hold 5, I guess it could pivot back to like 475 or so. But if I was in this, I'd certainly want it to hold 5. VNTR, low volume, not really looking good at all. I don't really like it until it starts breaking over 520, 525s maybe. For me, for VNTR. Aside from that, it looks weak. And not weak. It's got an upward trend, but it just looks slow. Low volume, not super favorable for me. So we're sitting at $5. Here's the $5 pullback on OXBR. We'll see if I'm right. A few people talking about AIKI, and they're right. This is Aikido, the pyramid scheme of martial arts. There it goes. AIKI, it's up to 170s. We'll see if it pulls back to like 160. Alright, so looks like $5 is not holding. It could always rebound here. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, so we got the $5 pullback. Not exactly $5, but you can see the range and area around 5 that I'm looking for it to bounce off of. There's the regain. We'll see if it actually ends up holding it. ATOS is ripping up over 340s. I called that one out way earlier, but it's still ripping up to 350 now. Alright, so like I said, we'll see. I guess if it doesn't hold 5, it could also maybe look at 475 right here. It also has some support at 480, but we're waiting for that. Trying to make back the money I lost on McGregor. Hey, bro. You should never bet against Poirier, bro. The Louisiana animal, man. Don't bet against Poirier, dude. He's from Lafayette, Louisiana, which is like an hour away from my hometown. Winning hard on SCNSs ain't doing much, yeah. Alright, so we're still down a little bit in futures. I mean, we're down 87 bucks. Pretty small. I mean, who knows what the market's going to do right now. I'm kind of looking at AIKI here on that little pullback dip that I wanted, but never quite got it for AIKI. OXBR is back over 5. We'll see if we hold now. Alright, so here's AIKI. I'm kind of mad I didn't get that dip, that pullback that I wanted. Talked about it. Didn't quite get down to where I thought it might. It ended up testing the 166 level. Short a little bit of the market here. We're going to try to get out the rest here. Alright, so we're out. So yeah, we're only down like 40 bucks on the day, so I'll take that. AIKI is ripping up. Wanted the pullback to here. It ended up bouncing off of the wick high instead, so I was looking for this. It ended up bouncing off of this, so close enough, but never ended up getting in that one. Thank you, James. I appreciate the sub. Yeah, listen, y'all hit that subscribe button. We do this live every day for free right here on YouTube. We're not experts. We don't claim to be experts. We don't sell our own course or our own services. We do post affiliate links, but mostly we're just a free resource and community where we're just trying to get together and learn about trading together. We're not claiming to be experts. We're not slanging courses over here. And if you appreciate free content like this where we don't charge for our content, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications, and we certainly appreciate it if you do. ATOS. Yeah, ATOS is ripping nicely. I wish you would start a paid course. Why? What's up, Wretched? Do it now. Back to back red days. Hey, man, slow down then, bro. Elon, scale down in size if it's hurting you that much, brother. ATOS, we're watching it. I'm mad. Hey, chill out. Like I said, scale down your size is what I recommend. If you're super emotional about having a losing few days, you're probably trading too large, bro. So scale down your size, dude. Hey. I appreciate the support. Yeah, GameStop. GameStop is the single sketchiest stock I've ever seen. I think, honestly, ever. It's literally one of the shadiest stocks I've seen in a long time. Just because of how it's moving. And I know, like, Wall Street bets on Reddit are getting behind this. And, like, maybe you can make money with the momentum. But long term, this thing is going to go super weak, in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. I could always be wrong. Who knows? I just think it's the shadiest move ever. GameStop, when you consider the story behind their whole company, GameStop's a shady move. Let's be real for a second. OXBR, like I said, what did I say? I said if it didn't hold 5, I guess we could pull back to 475, which is exactly where we pulled back to. Now, this is the level for me. That's my line in the sand level. It's got to hold here if it's going to hold. Oh yeah, I don't know. Luck and Coffee was pretty sketchy too, Cal. That's probably right. Yeah, I'm looking at VTNR. I mean, no offense to you, Eva, but I've been looking at AIKI most of the morning. So I don't think it's going to show up on my scanners regardless, you know, and so it's like, one thing I don't want people to get into the habit of doing is like, look, you might call out 5 moves and one of them might work, and then you really want to stress the one that works. And I'm not saying this is you, I'm just saying I see it a lot. Like I see a lot where it's like, I see a lot where there's like a very obvious stock. Like, so let's say, like, there's a very obvious gapper that everybody's watching, right? It's a gapping stock that everybody's looking at and watching, right? And if somebody mentions it just one time, you know, they all of a sudden want to say, hey, I told you about that, I told you about that. And it's like, that's cool, but, like, I was watching that one anyway. I don't think I've made any money on AIKI today, have I? Yeah, I haven't even traded this one. And it is one of the ones that went up. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, I don't know what I'm saying. But I guess what I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to make is that we're all watching AIKI. Like, AIKI is on everybody's scanners, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Luck and Coffee is super shady, man. That's one of, they're one of the most fraudulent companies ever. Who? Who's calling me names? Where? Point them out. Where are they? Yeah. Yeah, GameStop as a whole, it's not... Listen, I'm not saying that this move is shady. I'm saying that GameStop as a whole, like, let's be honest for a second. GameStop shouldn't be in business right now. GameStop is an obsolete business model, right? And so I get shorts getting squeezed. Like, I understand shorts getting squeezed. Like, that's like that happens, right? But if you think the company's not behind pumping this thing up, like in an unreasonable way, y'all are crazy. GameStop is super shady. The business model is obsolete. You know what I mean? They haven't even started their digital, like, run. They haven't even started really digital sales much at all. And that's propping this thing up to be an almost $100 stock, just unreasonable. I mean, I get the technicals, which is that shorts are getting squeezed, and it kind of shows how many people don't like GameStop long term and think GameStop is a crappy company, just based off of how many people are ultimately trying to short it. And sure, they're getting squeezed by, you know, Reddit, Wall Street bets, but like long term, this thing's coming down. Management scum. Richard, who called me a name, bro? Let me add them. Where they at, bro? I think the people shorting GameStop need to, buy put options instead of actual trades. Yeah, I remember DRYS. I do remember dry ships. Dry ships went up to like over 100 and then back down to $2 in like a day or two. That was like my first experience in pump and dumps. That was like the first time I've seen pump and dumps like really get in there. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Run DMC, you gotta get banned, bro. You're just pumping up stocks. Nobody cares that much about VTNR. No offense to you, man, but you know, VTNR's alright. Just no need to just spam the chat, man. Yeah. Oh, did I? Did I deal with it already? Alright, cool. Yeah. We're still looking at ATOS is kind of pulling back. You know, this pullback is interesting. I mean, I'm so green on the day. I don't know what I want to do right now. Speaking of the guy that got banned, VTNR is on the move up. We'll see. I mean, like I said, I don't know what the float is. Let me see what the float is of VTNR. Float is 31 million. We might get some momentum come in here, though. And the daily chart doesn't look terrible, so I'll give him credit. The only reason he got banned was because he was just spamming the chat over and over and over and over again. Like, there's 1,000 people here. There's 865 people now, so it's like, of course, we're not going to be able to see it. I see the chat. Like, I see what everybody's posting. I just don't have time to respond to all of it. Will you invite him back? No, because it's not about the stock he was calling out. It was about the fact that he was spamming the chat. Like, listen, guys, if y'all don't have the courtesy not to say the same thing 5 or 6 times over and over and over and over again, like, y'all are gonna get banned, man. Like, that's common courtesy. Like, listen, you're not gonna be able to always be heard. It's a lesson in life, team. You're never gonna always be able to be heard, right? We got a few people talking about BNTR today. The point is, don't spam if you're not heard today. Don't spam. You know, that's not the way to do it. Yeah, look at ATOS. I was really thinking about this one too. It's up to 560. Yeah, BNTR is starting to reverse, but it's still red on the day. You know, it's got to get over 250. I like that. Hey, later, James. Yeah, right, exactly, cool guy. It wasn't even his call out. VTNR is in the stream title. Yeah, exactly. People, listen, one thing I've learned on this YouTube stream is people certainly want credit for any type of call out, right? If they're right about anything, dude, they want to say, hey, I told you about this stock 2 days ago, you know, and it's up 5 cents now. You know, I see it all the time. Hey, I told you about that stock. Please give me credit. It's like, dude, y'all don't need me. Y'all don't need my validation, team. Y'all don't need me. I'm just here to witness the losses. I mean, I'm not losing today. I mean, I didn't lose yesterday either. I made money yesterday and today, you know. I appreciate it, Brandon. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'm just messing around half the time, guys, so don't take me too seriously. Hey, give me credit for the stock that I thought was going to go up, and it did. I know, Cal. That's how it is. Honestly, that's my life, bro. My whole life is like, hey, I called out this stock. It's like, dude, it's in my title. Or, you know what I mean? Like, literally, the stock you're talking about is in my title, and it was at 6 o'clock this morning. You know? Thus is life, though. Hey, what's up, Zen? Hey, you can lurk, bro. I'm alright with that. Are you familiar with Tim Sykes? Of course I am. People suck. I get told how bad I played poker. You know, so I'm stacking their chips. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude, I had some guy get super mad at me one day. And the reason he got mad is because it was like a four-handed hand, right? It was a four-handed it was four-handed, right? So there was 4 people in the pot. I had to pay like 30 chips to potentially win like 300, right? So it was like 10 to 1 pot odds in this poker player. It's in this game, right? So I had to call 30 chips to win 300, right? And I had like queen 4 suited. I had queen 4 spades, right? And the flop comes, it's like 2, 5, 7 spades, right? So I flop a flush, right? Big bet, call, right? Big bet, call. Everybody else gets out of the pot. And then the dude shoves, and he had pocket aces. And he gets super mad at me for calling with queen 4 offsuit. And I just told him, I was like, look, bro, do you understand how pot odds work? I don't care what I had. If I had a 2-7 offsuit, I still might have called, you know, versus the pot odds. So yeah, people get mad as you're taking their chips, you know. Trade a cash account, Katrina. Cash accounts don't have the PDT rule. Oh, we got Eva over here. Uh-huh. I get it. I'll let you stay. My point behind this whole conversation is you guys don't need my validation. Y'all don't need my validation. You don't need me to tell you good job. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't need my validation. Hey, thank you, Doc. I appreciate it, man. Hey, look, VTNR. It's squeezing. Look, there it is, 250. My man was right. I guess I could unban him. You know what? I'll unban the guy. Am I still holding OXBR? No. Yeah, I've been out of OXBR. I scalp. I don't, because he probably has a cash account. He probably has a cash account. I have a friend that has less than 25K and he gets past the PDT rule. How? Because he probably has a cash account. If you have a cash account, there is no PDT rule. You just have to manage the amount of equity you have. The PDT rule specifically applies to margin accounts only, right? So if you want to be able to short and you need instant settlement, you need a margin account, right? That's where the PDT rule applies. It does not apply to me with a cash account. I've traded, 10 times today? And I have a cash account. I have like 10K. So my point is, it only applies to margin accounts, the PDT rule. No, not really. But I almost told you about when I thought it was going to go up. Validate me. You are validated, sir. You know, Great job, Cal. ATOS still doesn't look bad. OXBR, like I said, I was looking at 475, didn't hold. You can see why I thought 475 was okay, is because we did get that bounce up to like 530, so we got like a dollar bounce basically, or we got like a 70-cent bounce there. Yeah, a lot of people don't know the difference between a margin and a cash account. Yeah, but with a cash account, you don't have a restriction on day trade system. So his system said for people that have Thinkorswim, it literally tells you how many day trades you have left in your... But that doesn't matter. That's insignificant. Like for me right now, it says I have 0 day trades left. It still says that for me, but it doesn't matter to me, and this doesn't matter because it's a cash account. Like, right? Like, look, this is what mine says. Right? But it's a cash account. And so it doesn't matter what they say because it's a cash account. I have no PDT rule. I have day traded, let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times today. I've day traded 9 times. I have a cash account. I don't have a margin account. And I certainly don't have 25K. I have about 10. Right? But it's a cash account, so I can day trade as much as I want. And that's the difference. Right? That's why cash accounts don't follow the PDT rule. They don't. There's no PDT rule with a cash account. Yeah, hey, I appreciate it, Brandon. Yeah, for sure. And that's what most people do, I think. Most people just have a cash account. And if you're trading penny stocks, unless you're specifically looking to short, there's not really much of a reason to have a margin account, right? Unless you want to short. The only way you can short is with the margin account, right? But unless you need to short, use a cash account. You can, like I said, I have a $10,000 account, right? It takes 2 days for your funds to settle. So with my $10,000, what do? I use $5,000 in equity, the other $5,000 in equity the next day, and then by the time the next day rolls around, the funds from the first $5,000 funds are settled back into my account. And so it's a cycle. It's like 5,000 one day, 5,000 the next, 5,000 one day, 5,000 the next, right? And so if you're trying to trade penny stocks, you don't need a margin account. You need a cash account, right? You could trade $2,000 in equity full. You could trade 1,000 one day, 1,000 the next, 1,000 one day, 1,000 the next, right? And $1,000 is like what, 3 day trades in penny stocks, depending on your sizing, of course. But it's like 3 trades a day with a cash account. There's no reason to have a margin account unless you want to short. I'm still looking at ATOS. It's all right. Yeah, if you're over 25K, you need a margin account. That's what makes the most sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the creepy neighbor story, guys. You're right. I have to go over the creepy neighbor story. That is absolutely correct. Are you guys ready for the creepy neighbor story, or should I wait like another 10 minutes before we tell that story? It is time for the creepy neighbor story. That's accurate. That's accurate. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Christopher, I would call TD Ameritrade to be sure, because obviously I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that every day mine says 0 and I take 10 trades a day. And it counts down. I'm pretty sure it's just, like, you could ask everybody else in the chat. The 0 on Thinkorswim, if you have a cash account, the day trades left doesn't mean anything. At least from my experience. Like I said, maybe ask the chat, maybe ask TD Ameritrade. I'm not 100% sure with anything, I guess. But for me, it's insignificant. Like, it doesn't matter how many day trades I have left because I got a cash account. All right. How do I stop the software from alerting me on non-essential messages with Thinkorswim? You go to Setup, Application Settings, I think you go to System. No, you go to, I don't know. You go to Notifications. You go to System. You go to Setup. You go to Setup Notifications at the top, and then you change it to where it only notifies you about. I have mine alerts or order fills. Alright. ATOS is bouncing. Oh my gosh, bro. Get insta-banned, Uganda. Sorry. Alright, we're making some money here today. There we go. Alright, so we just made 187. Really, we made about $300 from that trade on the E-mini. We caught the drop in the market. We are up about $187 in futures. I will take that. Yeah, so, alright. Hey, and like I said, guys, listen, remember, if you want to help support your boy here, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. We do this live for free every single day right here on YouTube. We are not experts. We are not claiming to be. We're not selling a course. We're not selling a service. We're just a free resource for traders to learn and grow and brainstorm ideas and all that good stuff. So if you want to help support the channel, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. It's the little bell next to the subscribe button. We certainly appreciate it. We drop videos as well, breaking down strategies and stuff like that in an easy to understand way. So hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. You know you want to. And we're about to get into the neighbor story. All right, I'll start the story in 10 minutes. We'll start it at 11:05. Benefits of a margin account are instant settlement. And so if you have a margin account, oh man, I love being right. Look at AIKI. Look at this, man. Feels good, man. Look at this level. I talked about 163 all day. That's where we bounce. But no, the benefits of a margin account are instant settlement. So where if I have a cash account and I buy 1,000 shares of a $1 stock, right? I spend $1,000 in equity. It's going to take 2 days for those funds, that $1,000, to be settled back into my account. So say I only have $1,000 in my account and I buy 1,000 shares of a $1 stock, right? I'm not gonna have any equity for 2 days. I gotta wait 2 days for those funds to be settled back into my account. Now, with a margin account, it's instantly settled, right? With a margin account, you buy 1,000 shares, you sell 1,000 shares of a $1 stock, and you immediately have that $1,000 in equity to use in your further trades on that day, right? Also, margin accounts are what you short with. So if you want to short stocks and locate shorts and short stocks, you need a margin account, unless you're buying put options, I guess. But you need a margin account to short. And so if you have a cash account, you're going to have to wait 2 days for your funds to settle, and you're not going to be able to short. But a lot of penny stocks aren't shortable anyways. I mean, some of them are, obviously, but a lot of them aren't. I only go long with penny stocks, and I use half of my equity one day, half of my equity the next, and so I basically am able to day trade a decent amount. I probably trade 50 times a week with a cash account, but that's the difference. Can someone give me guidance on where to or how to get a cash account? I mean, if you sign up for Thinkorswim, for instance, or TD Ameritrade, you're gonna have a cash account. You have to get approved for a margin account on Thinkorswim. I think you gotta have like $2,000 in equity and get approved or something like that on Thinkorswim. And so if you're on Thinkorswim, you have to get approval. You're gonna automatically get a cash account. I think if you're on Robinhood or Webull, one of them automatically gives you a margin account and you have to request it. Ask the chat for more information on that. I'm not sure which one it is, but I know either Robinhood or Webull, one of them is going to give you a margin account automatically. I think it's Robinhood. And so you're going to have to request a cash account. I think Webull's the opposite. I think Webull gives you a cash account automatically, but I'm not 100% sure. Look at ATOS rip here, though. Let's look at like 380, see if that rejects it. Alright. We got the neighbor story, alright. Less than that, JT. I'm pretty quick, man. Yeah, I watched it, Daniel. I kind of felt bad for Connor, though, man. Listen, I wanted Poirier to win. I'm from Louisiana. But I kind of felt bad for Connor. Alright, here's ATOS. Yeah, I figured it was Robinhood. Alright, so now that we have talked about it, y'all ready for the neighbor story? Alright, so here's the story. Alright. Oh my gosh, dude, if I get any more of these spammers in my comment section, I'm gonna get super mad. Not you guys. I mean, we got spammers here, but like my real comments on my videos. Alright, so here's the neighbor story. You guys ready? Let's do it. Alright. So, a few years ago, we moved into this house, right? We moved into this house like 4 or 5 years ago, right? And, we're friendly with neighbors. I'm not super friendly because, to be honest, I don't feel like really having to talk to somebody every time I go outside. Every time I'm coming home, sometimes I just want to go inside and chill. I don't feel like talking and having a full-on conversation about how my day was with a neighbor. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to talk to neighbors like that. Like, we could be cool with the neighbors, and I'm chill with neighbors. Like, I'm the type of neighbor that if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. You can play your music loud, bro. Y'all can have parties. I don't care about all that. Y'all can do whatever y'all want, right? Just leave me alone, too. And do your thing, man. I'm not a Karen, if you will, when it comes to neighbors. Like, I'm not gonna rat on neighbors or whatever it is. Right? Like, they can do their thing, man. Just leave me alone. Right? And my wife, she knows the neighbors. Like, she stays in touch with all of the neighbors. Right? And most of these neighbors are like, 60 plus years old. Right? So they're older. Right? And so my wife, just as a courtesy, stays in contact with the neighbors. Sometimes she has asked the neighbors to, pull our trash can in. If we go out of town, she might say, hey, keep an eye on our house while we're gone if you can. And if they go out of town, they'll say the same thing, keep an eye on the house, right? And it's just kind of courtesy for neighbors. Now, my wife has most of the neighbors' phone numbers. I know she has, we have this old Puerto Rican man next door. He's super nice, got some great food. He gives us food, it's delicious, by the way. Puerto Ricans make some good food. And so we got this guy next door, really nice. The guy all the way on the other side, they're a younger family. They're chill too. We know them. My daughter plays with their daughter and is like best friends with their daughter, right? But then on the other side, and my wife has all of their phone numbers for the same reason I said earlier, which is that to make sure our house is okay and just to kind of have ask them questions about when we put our Christmas tree out, all that stuff, right? Now, the guy on this other end, his name is Scott. And he's a weirdo, man. Like, listen, and she tries to be nice to all of our neighbors, right? But whenever she tried to be nice to Scott, he started getting a little strange, right? And so she comes to me one day and she's like, hey, baby, Scott's sending me some weird stuff, some strange stuff. He's sending me some just out of line stuff. What do you think about this text message he just sent me? Right? And so I read this text message, and it's some weird stuff. He's like, hey, he must have been drunk, or whatever it was, but it's some strangeness, right? And like I said, she came to me with these messages, because, like, I'm oblivious to it. I don't really like talking to the neighbors, right? But she's coming to me like, hey, is this text message inappropriate? And I'm looking at this. I'm not going to say what it was, but let's just say it was a little inappropriate. It was inappropriate, but it was also, like, plausibly deniable, right? to where if I question him, like, hey, bro, what are you doing, man? He's going to be like, whoa, what are you talking about? Right? Like, it's plausible deniability. He's going to be like, what are you talking about, bro? That text message isn't weird, you know? And he's going to try to make me look like the jerk, right? And so we leave it alone, but then it keeps coming, right? Until eventually, Carol just stops responding to him. Her and I have this conversation, and we're like, look, like, this, and like I said, this dude is like, I would say this dude's probably like 70-something years old, like 70 years old. He's probably a perv trying to holler, you know, see what he can get away with, right? And so we go through, like, should we call this dude out on it? Should we kind of be like, yo, stop talking to my wife? Should we, like, what should we do in this instance? You know? I'm like, hey, well, why don't I just go talk to him? You know, I'll tell him, hey, just leave us alone. Like you're weird, like, go away, right? And we talked to our other neighbors to see what they think we should do, and they're like, nah, you probably shouldn't really confront him because it is plausibly deniable, right? But, like, if you read these text messages, like, my wife even showed her dad, and she was like, hey, John is saying this message is inappropriate. Do you think this is inappropriate? And even her dad was like, yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to say. I would leave that dude alone, right? And like I said, it's like a 70-year-old man, gray hair, looks like Santa Claus, kind of. And so, yeah, and so after that, Carol and I, like my wife and I, we have this talk, and we're like, okay, we're just never gonna talk to this dude. Like, we're just gonna leave him alone. Hopefully he leaves us alone, right? But then it gets weirder. It gets weirder because we start to notice a trend here. Carol sees him one day when she's out at, like, CVS. She said that he was at CVS too. She sees him every time Carol gets home from school. He would bring his dogs out and try to talk to her. Like, it was just consistently strange, right? It seemed to be pretty stalkerish. Like, he would come outside when she was outside trying to get her to play with the dogs, and we had to just ignore him. We had to just be like, bro, like, go away. Like, we don't want to pet your dogs, dude. Like, go away. Like, you're making the whole family, like, uncomfortable here, you know? And so another time I went out and my wife and I's car were both gone. So both of our cars weren't here. And when I come home, he's basically in our driveway. His dogs are running around. And then I look underneath my car, and there's like a nail. There's like a rusty nail underneath. Like, it wasn't propped up. I think maybe he was trying to leave it there, but I showed up and made him just kind of panic and just walk away, right? But there was a nail, like, by my car. And so to me, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, like, is this dude really stalking us now? Like, is this like a relationship-based stalker? Which is what it is. Like, it's a relationship-based stalker. It's somebody that probably thought my wife being nice to him was my wife flirting with him, right? He probably thought that my wife just being nice to him, which she does to every neighbor. She's friendly to all her neighbors. You know why? Because she's 20-something and they're 70-something. Like, so she's going to be nice to the old people. No offense to the old people here. She's going to be nice to them, right? But it started to get really strange and just really weird with him, and so we ceased contact. Once we ceased contact, it started to get even weirder. And so now it's like, look, what do we do in this situation? My wife comes home today. He's in our yard. He's literally in our yard again, letting his dogs poop. As soon as he sees my wife, he rolls out, right? Like, what do I do here? Like, I'm going to have to tell him and be like, look, bro, you're freaking us out. You're weird. Go away, or we're going to have to call the cops. You know, don't come to my house in a threatening way either, or it'll get worse, you know. But, like, that's what, like, I wanted to ask you, chat, what do you think I should do in this instance? Like, what should I do, right? There's a few options. I could go up to this dude and be like, yo, bro, stop, leave my wife alone. But that might make it even weirder, which is not what I want. I want the dude to just leave us alone. I could obviously call the cops and file a police report, but again, it's plausible deniability. He's going to deny it anyway. We have cameras. We have cameras here, you know? So, like, we have cameras surrounding our whole house. Like, we have cameras in the front, side, garage, back. Like, we've got full cameras surrounding our whole house. And we've got, like, a setup on our phones and in our closet where we've got full cameras, like, surrounding our entire house. So it's not like we're concerned about that. It's just strange, and it's unnecessary. It's like, look, if it's weird, like, we've seen him and tried to be nice and, like, wave to him now, and he won't even look at us. He gets all weird and pouts off, right? And it's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we supposed to do in this instance? Like, we try to keep it civil, but it's just strange. And it's like, you would think somebody where there was that much weirdness would leave our house alone, which is why I think he's even more of a stalker, because it's like, look, if it's that weird, he would leave us alone, right? I know if it's weird between me and a neighbor, I'm not going anywhere near that dude's house, right? If I have some strangeness with one of my neighbors, I'm not going anywhere near them. I'm just going to leave them alone. So the fact that he is over here every time he thinks we're not here is definitely suspicious, right? So, like, what do we do in this instance, you know? Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm gonna have, that's what I told my wife on the phone. Like, if you saw me muted earlier, that's what I told my wife. I was like, look, I'm gonna have to tell him something now. And, like, he's married. Like, he's got his own wife over there. He's married. I'm sure he doesn't want her to find out about these weird-ass text messages he's been sending. So it's like, what do we do? Right? Like, what do I do? I'm gonna have to say something. I'm gonna have to be like, bro, you're making us uncomfortable. Do not come on our house or we're gonna call the cops. Like, that's what I'm gonna have to say. Like, there should be no reason for him to come in our yard. Like, honestly, I feel like he's just struggling. He doesn't have much going for him in his life, and he's just looking for, I don't know, whatever, right? But this is the type of dude that's gonna murder somebody, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, his name's Scott. Listen, if anything ever happens to my wife and I, I'm being honest. If anything ever happens to my wife and I, it was Scott, 100%. It was Scott, 2 houses over. It was Scott. That's his name. All right? Like I said, if y'all see anything happen to me, it was Scott. And maybe this is good that we have, like, a proof here that I'm saying this story out there in the ether so you guys know, right? If anything ever happens to me, listen, I'm telling you, 100% it was Scott, you know? I stubbed my toe, it was Scott. We're blaming Scott, you know? Tell him to invest in GameStop. Yeah, hey, that'll teach him, you know? But no, that's the neighbor story. Right? And like, it's like, like I said, I'm a chill neighbor. I don't want drama like that. But it's like, dude, what did he think? Right? Like, what did he really think? You're like, listen, he's texting my 20-something-year-old wife. Right? Did he really think that my wife was just gonna, like, be like, hey, what's up? You know, 70-year-old Santa Claus looking guy. Hey, what's up? I guess it's not super out of, you know, I guess it could happen. But it's like, what did he think? Like, of course my wife is gonna instantly tell me about the strangeness, and we're gonna be like, hey, bro, we're not talking to you anymore, man. But it's just kind of like, and it's not like he's threatening. Like, he looks like Santa Claus. He's got to be like 5'5". He's got to be like 5'7". He looks like Santa Claus, right? So it's like, but like, what am I supposed to do in this instance? You know? Yeah, any down, it's Scott's fault. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he's just an old creepy dude that, you know, I'm not mad. He took his shot. But listen, you take your shot with a girl and you fail, move on with your life, bro. Don't stalk them. That's super inappropriate. You know, but again, what it is it's a relationship-based stalker, right? So it's a stalker that is so delusional, they think they have a relationship with somebody, right? But like I said, the whole thing's weird and my whole family out. That's what my wife called me this morning, like, hey, he's in my house again. He's in our yard again. What do we do? Like, I love animals, so I would never hurt his animals, but it's just like, what do we do here? You know? Yeah, right. I feel like I'm in a movie. Right, for sure. You know, there's some movies that go around like this, but it's just kind of like, you know, what are we supposed to do in this situation? You know, if we can, I'm going to have to say something to him, but then it's going to get even weirder. And like, I don't want weirdness between my neighbors. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to have strangeness. It's just kind of like, why do some neighbors have to be so weird, bro? Like, why? Like, what's the purpose of acting strange like that? Right? Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, why you gotta be so weird? You know? Like, move on with your life, bro. You know what I mean? Like, strange, man. Just weird. And I get it. Like, Carol, like, my wife is attractive. Like, she looks good. I understand. You know, he might feel some type of way talking to her. I get it. But it's like, dude, like, you're freaking everybody out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, VTNR. Shout out to the man I blocked earlier because VTNR is ripping. We'll see if it holds at 250. I might dip by it there. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly why I don't get close to neighbors. And honestly, my wife has learned that now because, like, she was being nice. Like, dude, like, she's just trying to be nice and keep it civil around here. You know? But at this point in time, she's just kind of like freaked out because it's like she can't even be nice to guys without them taking it some type of way. It's just weird, you know. It's weird and inappropriate. You know what I mean? And like I said, if it was weird between me and a neighbor, I would never go by that dude's house. I'm never going by your house, bro. Like, if we got some type of weird vibe with you and me, I'm just never gonna go by your house. I'm just gonna ignore you, right? So the fact that he doesn't do that and he instead comes here and his dog's poop in our yard and he's just strange, dude. It's unnecessary. And like, I don't want to have to file a police report, but I certainly will. I don't care, right? He better know this is the wrong house. If he ever comes here in a threatening way, this is the wrong house for that, you know? But man, just weirdness going on. Like, dude's got to get a grip on his life. He may just be lonely. Listen, if he's lonely, that's okay. But like, the stuff he texted was not like lonely. Like, the stuff he texted was super inappropriate. You know, you want to know what he texted her? I'll tell you guys what he texted her, or like, and I'll throw it together. But it was super inappropriate. It was just weird. It was just weird. It was just strange, right? And like, even my wife's dad saw it, and he was like, yeah, that's off. That's off. Like, that's off-putting, you know. Nah, it's not about that, though, because then I'm going to get in trouble, Ali. It's not about, like, beating him up. I'm not going to beat up a 70-year-old Santa Claus-looking man. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, so the stuff he said it was something like, I know your daddy is so proud of you. Your daddy is just so proud of you. And then he would send her, like, these weird memes that were like inappropriate, like sexually related memes. It was just weird. The whole thing was just strange, right? And she would come to me like, baby, like, Scott's sending me this. What does this mean? You know, and I would be like, that means he's a freaking weirdo, is what that means. Like, my guess is he was taking a shot. But it's like, listen, if you take your shot and fail, you gotta move on with your life, bro. Don't stalk the person. You know what I mean? Like, that's not right, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe so, bro. It's just, the whole thing's just off, man. But we've been dealing with this for like a year now, and we've tried to just ignore it, but at this point in time, it's like, it's something we can't ignore. I'm just gonna have to say, yo, don't come in my yard anymore. Please don't bring your dogs in my yard. I don't want to have to get the authorities involved. You've said some inappropriate things. Stay out of my property, bro. You know? Well, no, we don't get text messages from him anymore. He understands that we are distancing ourselves from him, which I think makes it worse, right? Like, he understands we don't want to talk to him, we don't want to see him, like, we just want him to leave us alone, which makes it worse, right? Because he, like I said, he's probably just going through some stuff on his own, and he doesn't know how to handle it, and so it gets taken out on us. But, like I said, I don't want to have to let it go that far, but this dude needs to go and do something, man. I don't know what he's going through, but, like, he needs to figure something else out. Yeah. Now, we've already run reports on him. Like, we've looked it up. We've run reports on it. I didn't see anything that I've looked it up, but, like, we've spent the money and looked into it. But, yeah, that's the neighbor story, and that's what I'm saying. It's just off. And that's why I wanted to wait until after the stream, because it's like, it's a long story, and it's going to bleed into the trading, if you will. So, ATOS is up. We'll see if it rejects at 375 or 380. Yeah, well, that's what we did. We ghosted him, Joel, and it did just get super weird. ATOS still pushing up. We'll see what happens at 275. But yeah, I'm watching ATOS. I'm watching VTNR is still pushing up. So VTNR and ATOS are still moving some. I was still watching AIKI, but this one, we'll see. I would try to see if he's a decent person. Well, no. I mean, no decent person is going to be trying to holler at my wife and tell her inappropriate things. Like, my guess is he's just super delusional about his life, right? Like, listen, I know, like, I don't like getting old either, right? But if you're 70-something years old and you look like Santa Claus and your neighbor is being nice to you, it probably doesn't mean they're flirting with you. It probably just means they're being nice to you. Stop being a weirdo, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality, but he probably is, honestly, Thomas, which is why he needs to hear it. Like, even if he is watching this, if he's stalking me on that level, he probably is watching this, but he needs to hear it. Like, bro, you're freaking everybody out. You're a big weirdo, you know? PHUN. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Rob Roy. I appreciate it, dude. Like I said, I really, there's a few reasons I'm telling the chat. I've told this story before. One of them is in case anything actually does happen. Like, listen, y'all hear about a, you know, homicide or something over here, man. Y'all know who did it, man. Y'all contact the authorities and clip this so they know. You know what I mean? I'm okay, but like I said, there's a few reasons that it's good, you know. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it probably is, to be honest. Alright, so like I said, we did reject at 375. Wait, how do you send a donation and then retract the message? Yeah, I probably should file a police report. Just to have it out there, you know what I mean? Like, just to have it out there. But like, dude, like, people don't understand, man. Like, and it goes back to, like, listen. Y'all think, like, it's hard to be females too, man. It's hard to be a female because it's like, dude, like, as a female, if you're just nice to some dude, he's all of a sudden gonna think you're like hollering at him, man. Like, it's hard to be a female out here. It'd be tough for that, you know? But it's like, it's people like him that make it worse, you know what I mean? And that just, like I said, what it's called is it's a relationship-based stalker is what it's called. It's somebody that is delusional and thinks they're in a relationship with somebody when they're not. But I appreciate the $1, Fizzy, thank you. No, never, King. What else we got? Yeah, BIOL's moving. HTGM. I need some better volume, though. This volume's just too light. The only one that has okay volume is TTOO. So we're watching TTOO here. We have VTNR and KNDI moving up some, too. Yeah. Right, man. Like, I got kids, man. Like, if I didn't have kids, it would be one thing, right? But I've got 2 kids here, so it's like, dude, like, I'm not trying to cause, like, drama where my kids sleep. You know what I mean? TTOO is still ripping up. There's 240s. Yeah, for real. Dan, you know how it is, bro. It does sound like that. OXBR. Yeah, I'm looking at ATOS. OXBR, TTOO still moving. I'm gonna have, no, for sure, I'm gonna have to file a report and contact him as well. And just say, hey, please just stay off my property. Please don't talk to us. Please don't trespass. Please don't let your dogs come here. And if we see you lingering around our property, we're gonna call the police. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we gotta do. It is what it is. Like I said, it's there's nothing else we can really do. We tried to ignore it. That ain't working. You know, I don't care. I hope that his fear of getting embarrassed throughout the neighborhood. Listen, bro, if it gets really bad, I'll go to every single neighbor in my cul-de-sac. I'll go to every single neighbor in my cul-de-sac and just tell them what's up about Scott and just embarrass him. Like, so, like, if I was him, I'd leave us alone, you know? Unfortunately, though, I've gone to other neighbors, and other neighbors have said that he has done similar things to their wives as well, and that they just ignored it. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, Trader T, I'm in Texas. You know how it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I actually, that's a good idea. Printing out his text messages and showing how strange it is. It's just, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the problem is I would get a restraining order, but problem is, like, they probably wouldn't issue one. Look at AIKI, is still pushing up here. It did hold at 175. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's 180s for AIKI. Hey, like I said, guys, take a second, hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. Everybody's doing it. VNTR, guys. Hey, listen, or VTNR. Also, like I said, guys, you want to help support your boy here, go check out Top Step. Top Step is a funded account program for futures. What Top Step does is it allows you to trade the futures market and potentially get funded as a proprietary futures trader, as a prop trader in futures. They're regulated in the US. They paid out over $2 million last year to their profitable traders. They funded thousands. And what they do is they're going to give you a demo account. It's a monthly subscription. The base one is the 30K package, and it's $120 for the first month. And again, they're going to give you a 30K demo account for that 30K package. And if you can make 2K on that 30K demo while following the rest of their rules, conditions, and phases, then they fund you that 30K with an 80% profit split. Again, if you want to check them out, I'll post this link, and I'll also put it to the top of the page. As a free resource and community here, we don't sell the course or our own service, but these are our affiliate links, and we do make a commission if you sign up to us. And so we are going to be biased in their favor, but if you want to help support us, I'll post this link. Way too early. It's been going on for years, JT. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Also, another good way to help support your boy here is by go checking out Webull. For the time being, if you sign up for Webull and open up an account, you get 2 free stocks. If you deposit $100 in that account, you get another 2 free stocks. And so for the time being, you can potentially get 4 free stocks from Webull. It's got free paper trading, 0 commissions, and a scanner that you can use. And like I said, you get 4 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I mean, listen, if you open up an account and deposit $100 and it's your first time, you're basically getting anywhere between 20 to 40%, 20 to 50% of your money back with a $100 deposit on Webull. You can check out the description for more information. Again, I am going to be biased in their favor for that as well. But check it out. Help support the channel by using those links. You can also see Benzinga, which are really dope scans as well. Benzinga's been helping me out finding some of these big movers today. And so there's the link if you want to check out Benzinga as well. Really good scanners. Well, no, it's not about having kids. Having kids wasn't in defense of him doing that. Having kids was saying, hey, I don't want to start a bunch of drama and bring drama to where my kids sleep. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I've held it all for this long, because, like I said, he's like I said, this dude's like 5'8", 70 years old, looks like Santa Claus. He's not really super threatening to me, and I would rather just not have that much drama where I live. You know what I mean? But at this point, it's getting into a level where I can't just ignore it now, unfortunately. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not Karen. I'm not a Karen. Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm not a Karen, man. I'm not a Karen at all. I'm pretty easy going when it comes to that type of stuff. KOSS, PHUN. So, like I said, we're not really breaking over 375. That's what I was really watching, is 375s here. We're still going to see if we can find anything else. Yeah, I mean, we're in Texas. Alright, well, whatever. How are you guys doing today? What's your P&L today, guys? Y'all look green today? Green or red? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, AMTX. Yeah, we're watching it. We see a few of these. Look at BNTC. AMTX over 10 might be interesting, but we still got a long way to go there. Right now, the only real ones I'm watching are VNTR and ATOS. VNTR did break over the 315 level pre-market high spot. So we're watching VNTR, or no, it's VTNR. And then we're watching ATOS. Those two are really the only ones that caught my eye right now. ATOS and VTNR. Alright, so we're up $200. We just made a little bit more in futures. So we're up about 200 today. I'll take that. Thank you, Eat Chilies. I appreciate that, dude. Hey, later, Platinum. Green. Hey, nice eat. Thank you, dude. Green, green, green. Green, light green, red. Hey. Yeah, that's right, Chris. Hang in there, brother. Green, red, green, green, red. Yeah. I mean, I'm green. I'm not super green, but I'm green. I'll show you my P&L if you guys want to see it. This is my... You'll notice my wins are larger than my losses. Here's my P&L. I'm up $25. Small, but I'll take it. We had biggest loss today was on EYES, but we made $23 from KOSS this morning. Lost a little bit on MITT. Made some on MOTS here. Made another $10 gain on OXBR. Made a little bit on PHUN. Lost $5 on PIXY. So we're green. We'll take it. No, Tyler. Not before you're funded. What's up, Trader TV? Is this what you do for a living? No. Yeah, I'm living off of $25, but nah. No, I do a lot of different things, man. I'm a real estate agent. I program, so I do front-end web dev with you know, JavaScript, React, front-end web development, basically building web applications. Some like as freelance, usually for family and friends. But like I said, I'm a real estate agent. I do a little bit of web development. I trade. I run this YouTube channel. I got a few Amazon businesses too that I run. And I'm never going to tell you guys the name or about them too deep because you guys know how it is, man. We get haters on the channel. So if I told you guys the name, I'd get so many bad reviews on Amazon instantly just from haters looking for a way to... Misery loves company, you know. I prefer trading for sure, but we're working on scaling up this year in trading, and we'll see how that goes. I can't get Java to work on Linux, is what I'm assuming you mean. Yeah, that's good, Brandon. Nice, dude. What are you planning on telling him? It'll probably be something like... I mean, ATOS didn't die. I mean, ATOS, this is like a little bitty pullback. I don't know what it's going to do. It's not like I'm holding this thing, but we're still above the VWAP. I mean, you have to pull back from high sometimes. This, you know, a 10-cent drop, isn't it? Dying. That doesn't make sense. But no, I'll probably end up telling him. I'll probably just be like, hey, dude... I'll just probably be like, hey, please stay off of our yard. Please stay off of our property. The last few years have been incredibly strange and just uncomfortable and awkward with you, saying inappropriate things, acting in an inappropriate and just off-putting way. And so it honestly amazes me that you're still trying to come in our yard with your dogs. And, you know, I don't want to have to go to the police, or I don't want to have to go to them with some of the text messages you've sent, but just please stay off my property or we'll go to the authorities. And, you know, that's probably what I'm going to have to say, something along those lines. Let me know how you think that is, chat. You know, give me a 1 through 10 scale. It's not that I feel good trading futures. I'm just trying out the futures market, and I also, in order for me to have momentum, it's not necessarily $10. It's most of the time low float. Like if a stock has a small float, then I'll trade it because it's more easy to capture momentum with a small float, right? So it's not about the price, more so is the float size that I'm really looking at. No, we have cameras. Like we have cameras surrounding our whole house. Yeah, I mean, I would be like that, Joel. Like, I would choose that as the time to do it. My concern, and the only concern I really have, is that here in Texas, we're in what's called a stand-your-ground state, right? And, like, I don't want him to try to manipulate that and, you know, because, like, he could act like I'm being super aggressive, even if I'm not, just as, like, an excuse to do that, if you know what I'm talking about. And so with that, I would rather not do it in person, at least up close to him, because again, we're in what's called a stand-your-ground state here in Texas, and the laws can be a little bit, you know, back and forth with that. So with that said, it's probably going to be digital first, so he can't ever claim that. And that was actually given me advice from my father-in-law, said that, because that's accurate. You know, we're in Texas, so stand-your-ground state. I don't want there to be any confusion, and I don't want him to act like it's justifiable when it's not. APN moving up. BNTC still ripping up here. Big rip. I don't know what this is from, but a nice little gap up here for BNTC. Volume's coming in. I don't know if it has enough for me to really be wanting, or for me to really want to get involved yet, but it's not terrible. I'll say that. See if we bounce at like 5 right here for BNTC. Maybe we won't. Alright, we got VTNR pulling back some. VTNR. BNTC did bounce around 5. It looks like it was 490. VTNR pulling back to 270s. We'll see what happens there. Hey, thank you, Joshua. Yeah, exactly. I'm still looking at AIKI here. See if it holds at 185. We're watching it. CLWT is showing up on my scanners as well. Here's AIKI here. AIKI, CLWT. He certainly needs boundaries for sure. Hey, I appreciate that, dude. Seymour, hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate that, dude. Javier, it's either beginner trading or / beginner trades. So yeah, my handles are either beginner trading or / beginner trades. / beginner trading or / beginner trades. TRADES. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably do it today. But yeah, that's the stuff I'm dealing with over here, man. Like, that's the type of stuff I'm dealing with. Just strange behavior, man. Second time you talked about it. What is your limit? What do you mean, remain? Yeah, I mean, I don't really have Alright, we are making some money today in futures here. You can see we're up 225 on the day. We're still holding one contract here. I'm going to try to get out the rest. Yeah, so we're up almost 240 today in futures. We'll take that. We made a little bit of money on the SPY dropping. My Twitter? Who's Twitter? Oh. Hello everyone, GameStop to the moon, let's go. Hey, good luck with that, man, you know. I mean, we'll see. Alright, so sorry, I've been writing out what I think I'm probably gonna text him. I can text him or either call him. What's up, guys? He does, just not for 3 hours straight. Sorry, I was writing something, man. I could take a 5-minute break. Y'all be alright. EDSA never did much. AIKI is moving. I don't really have a stop loss per trade. I mean, I'm usually using a 1-to-1 ratio with stop losses. Oh, am I mute? No, I'm not mute. Oh, you're saying I am? No. Alright, what's up, team? Alright, so we're still looking at AIKI. We see COMS coming up on the list here. COMS is getting some volume coming in. I also see OVID. OVID is moving some. We got ALNA, which is moving some. I'm still kind of watching AIKI, Aikido, the pyramid scheme of martial arts. We're going to see what happens now. ATOS is falling. Now I would say ATOS is dead. You know, I don't know about it back there at 350, but... talk thoughts on PHUN. Yeah, I mean, red on the day, not really doing much. OVID, more volume is what I need from it. ALNA, more volume, same thing. AIKI, nice little uptrend. The question is, when does this uptrend end for AIKI? Hey, later, Mike. This is Thinkorswim. What's a 1-to-1 stop loss ratio if I'm risking 10 cents? I set my reward target for 10 cents, so it's basic break even, and I'm mostly taking advantage of good accuracy. Making fun of Aikido since 8 a.m. Hey, you know how it is, you know? TD kept rejecting my orders. Blame Scott? Hey, for sure. If there's anybody to blame, it's certainly Scott, you know. VTNR is still not terrible. It's still above the VWAP. If it holds at 250, it might be even better. EYES. Yeah, eyes is what I lost the most on today, and whoa, no. There we go. Yeah. Alright. CREG still showing up. YALATRT. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit in futures. This might be the first loss I've had today. I don't know. We'll see. I was trying to give it a chance, but we get up to like 90s. I gotta get out. Yeah, we're gonna jump out of that. So we lost 25 bucks. I don't think I'm doing that bad in futures. Let me see. Now we're only 64% accuracy today. Here's my futures trading. Not the best, but we're still green. We'll take it. John, where is the beef? Do you remember the old beef DVDs? Like Beef Volume 1, 2, and 3. Those are always super entertaining. AIKI. It's up to 198. A, C, and D. Later, man. Nah. Alright. Alright, sorry. I had to check something. Yeah, AIKI still ripping up here. It's at 2s. We'll see if it holds there. Hey, what's up, FRM? Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, the market's slowing down. I mean, we're still watching AIKI here. I don't know what we're going to do with the rest, but we're still watching it. Because we're looking at the stocks that are actually moving, Tan Beer. You know, wouldn't that make sense if stocks are moving that we repeat the stocks over and over again? I mean, you got a certain percentage of people that are just pumping up their own stocks, and so they're just calling it out randomly with a bunch of emojis. But most of the time, they're very new traders that don't really understand what they're doing either. So we hold 2. Alright guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and close it down. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. We do this live for free every single day right here on YouTube. I certainly appreciate the support, guys. So if you want to help support your boy, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. Like I said, what we try to do here at this channel is we're just a free resource and community for traders to get together and learn. We are not experts. We are not gurus. We don't sell courses, we don't sell services, and honestly, I'm pretty critical on the entire guru culture as a whole. You know, like most trading content is publicly available for free already. It's already out there for free. Why should people spend thousands of dollars on courses? It doesn't make sense. Unless you got a funded account program attached to that course, just the course doesn't make sense, right? It's just unnecessary. You know why? Because again, most trading content is publicly available. The strategies are out there already. The patterns are out there already, right? What's the purpose of spending thousands of dollars? It doesn't make sense to me. And if you appreciate free content like this, where we try to be as honest as we can with everybody, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We're going to bring it back to the 90s Dare commercials. Just try it one time. You know you want to. Everybody's doing it. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm going to go text my stalker neighbor about being weird. But yeah, with that said, guys, like I said, you want to check out Benzinga. If you want to see the scanners I'm using in the market, check out Benzinga. There's the link. You want to see, if you want 4 free stocks on Webull, if you haven't opened up an account, you open up an account. You sign up, open up an account, and then you deposit $100. You get 4 free stocks. You get 2 for just opening up an account on Webull. You get another 2 for depositing $100. You can check out the description for that Webull link. Another way to help support us is by checking out Top Step. They are a funded account program for futures. The futures market has no PDT rule, and they fund traders if they prove they're profitable with them. They paid out millions last year to their traders. You can check out the link here. With that said, guys, I'm out of here. Good luck. Have a good day, and we'll see you guys next time. Check out the description for all of that good stuff. We'll see you later. Have a good day. Later, guys.